Hold up.
My name is Dave. His name is Joe.
I listened to that podcast and I was like, I am with him.
That sounds really cool. And then Chris Humphrey's hard fouls and Kevin Garnett pushes him straight into the third row.
Let's go.
My name is Dave. His name is Joe.
Let's go.
This is the Boston Sports Nerds Podcast, the B.S.N Show. Joe, you got anything you want to say before you go?
No, we have talked a lot.
We have tons of nothing left in the tank.
Let's go.
Welcome back. It's the 68th episode of the Boston Sports Nerds Podcast, the B.S.N Show. My name is Dave, and of course, I'm accompanied by my two fellow nerds here. To my right, I have the host of WCP,
Aaron.
All right, and to my left, I have the host of Set the Record Straight,
Joe.
There he is.
I got really close to that thing.
You gave him right up on it. Right up on it. I like it.
Well, he doesn't know his distance right now.
No?
To the mic. He doesn't have that anymore.
Oh, my beard.
Oh, the beard. Oh, yeah. So, yeah,
I can barely get on this thing.
We're
freshly
We're
groomed.
not sure if Joe's here. There's a serial killer sitting across the room.
I'm pretty sure Ben Field Goal is sitting to my left right now. And to the co-host of Joe's Fans Field Goal, Ben Field Goal.
Let's not ask about where Joe is. How about that?
All right. We don't need to know. I like that.
For your safety and my freedom, let's not ask where Joe is right now.
So we got a really, really big sports week this week. There's going to be a lot going on. Or a couple weeks, really. But first, Red Sox Yankees on. Both good teams, both back, both fighting each other.
That's the key.
That's the key.
The key is the fighting each other part.
I heard a awesome take on WEI today. A caller called in and said, how dope would it be? Because baseball fights are some of the best fights.
Yeah.
When they get to happen. When punches are actually thrown, they're pretty historic.
Or you have the pitcher that backpedals 20 yards and tries to get his teammates
runs
to
to
help
third,
him. Yeah.
then goes up to second.
Well, the Padres guy who threw his glove and then
runs.
ran to third.
Just literally
pretty much.
sprinted to third.
Yeah.
That was a wild thing. But when a real fight breaks out in baseball, they're always really memorable, really, really good. So the guy says, why doesn't baseball just embrace this the way that hockey does, right? And do a penalty box, innings as opposed to minutes. You're out of the game, subbed in at your position, subbed in your spot in the lineup. And then, let's say, you got a 3-inning major fight penalty. After 3 innings, you can come back into the game and then hit.
I think you should if you're going to do that, you just toss him out of the game. Done.
Well, I like the idea.
I don't like the ejection.
I like the idea. The only problem is it's much more beneficial to the hitting team.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because the pitcher has to warm. Yeah.
You're losing a pitcher.
Right.
And
I mean, it's
to lose
it's
a guy.
Joe Kelly. Let's back off on losing what
what I'm
pitcher.
saying
Who
is-
is an official hired gun, by the way.
What I'm saying is, what's stopping me from just charging the mound second inning on Chris Sale?
Well, you'd have to deem that there was a penalty by the pitcher.
I'll just lean into a pitch and then charge the mound on Chris Sale.
But then, that'd be the ump's job. Did he? So there could be
Now you're
in
leaving
hockey,
it- but
there's
you're
a
leaving it up-
fighting 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever.
But you're leaving that up to interpretation. Hockey's a little different because those two guys, a lot of times, they've been chirping all game, and then finally one of them turns to the other one and goes, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And then they go.
But the ejection is based on intent also.
True.
You know what
I just
I mean?
think most of the time in hockey, if it's at least agreed upon fight,
Yeah.
just throw them in the penalty box and we'll move on.
I don't know. It'll never happen.
No.
And I don't even know if I want it to happen, but I heard it, and I was like, for a video game or a movie, that would be fucking dope.
You should
that's a
also
really
be allowed
cool
to
idea.
run around the bases with the bat in your hand, and it'll be slugfest style. And then instead of sliding, you should actually be able to drop kick people on second base.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Or you just walk by.
Why hasn't that happened? Pedroia, to drop kick Pedroia in the chest,
Yeah.
it's not hard.
Not hard.
He's not tall.
No.
Robinson Cano, he's 6'2".
Aaron Judge would probably kill a man.
Yeah.
if he dropped.
That's probably true. Correct me if I'm wrong. Joe Kelly is also the same guy that threw at Machado? Or was that Matt Barnes?
That was Matt Barnes.
That was Matt Barnes. Okay, I was going to say Joe Kelly is a fucking hired gun. This guy is incredible.
No, Joe Kelly actually hit him. Matt Barnes
Yeah.
missed. Remember, he
That's
tried
right.
and he hit and missed.
Right.
Joe Kelly actually got him.
Got him. Right.
Can't hit a strike zone. Can't hit Tyler Austin, though.
That's true. Yeah, can't do that. Yeah, I like the fight.
Tyler Austin,
Cool.
turns out, really good at baseball.
Yeah.
Like, all growing up. Really bad at dodgeball, turns out. Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Not a good
Dodgeball player.
No scholarships there.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was just, if you're going to charge a mound, like the way he did it,
He was like
he like hammered the ground.
Right.
So one, you wasted energy
Joe
on
Kelly
the
should have
ground.
laughed at him.
Right.
He
Yeah.
was just like, come on.
Yeah, I love that.
Come on.
Yeah, no, that's Nolan
Really
Ryan-esque.
really bad radio signaling what,
Yeah, no,
what
he,
Joe Kelly did. Yeah,
he did
waved
the
him on.
come on
Yeah.
with his hands.
Seductively, like with one
Yeah,
finger.
it was like the pinky though.
Yeah.
Just use his pinky.
Bring that ass over.
That was real cute.
And then he quickly mounted him.
Yeah,
Seductively called him over and then mounted him.
put him in a little rear. What do they call it? Rear naked
naked,
chokehold.
yes.
Fucking right there. Yeah, there you go.
No, he got a couple punches in.
Yeah,
What's wild and crazy about it is Bogarts, Pedroia, and Marco Hernandez,
yeah.
all in the DL, got involved in that fight.
Not
One
smart.
guy's got a
Well,
bum ankle,
well,
and he's out there getting involved.
They didn't get the thing said Sabathia, Pedroia, Bogarts, and Hernandez got fined for leaving the dugout. So they may not. I don't think Bogarts was in there throwing high kicks,
But here's the
that
other
would
thing:
have been dope if he was.
spinning roundhouses.
why is Bogarts leaving the dugout anyway?
Yeah, just chill.
Like, if you got a bum ankle, what are you gonna do?
no, but you know what?
Stand with your teammates?
Who was it? Manny?
You can't just sit in the dugout. During
Was it
the bench
Manny or
scoring.
Euclid that did that? Where there was a fight.
It
and
sounds way more like a Manny thing than
It does sound like
thing.
way more like a Manny thing, but I think that's where Manny smacked Euclid. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that was about that. Like, 'cause I thought Euclid stated, I could be completely, don't quote me on that, but I thought that was based on one of the two staying in the dugout during a fight.
It's probably Euclid probably said something to Manny.
Yeah, and then Manny probably was like, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking about?" Yeah.
I piss in the green monster, bitch. Bam! Smacked him in
David
the face.
Portnoy pizza review with Kevin Millar yesterday. Saw it today.
I didn't see it. I
Really
haven't
good.
seen it yet.
It's really funny. Kevin Millar used the line that I think I brought up last time, where he was like, "Oh, it's incredible. Like, my whole career is incredible. I was undrafted. I couldn't field, couldn't hit, couldn't run, and couldn't throw. It's like, and I won a World Series. It's like, it's unbelievable." I was like, I love that. That's so good.
Isn't he a batting coach?
He might be somewhere,
for
yeah.
Tampa Bay or something.
He
like
might,
that?
yeah, he might be. I think he was. Actually,
he was,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know if he's still coaching or not, but he was on TV for a while too. He was doing some.
He's got a great personality. For
He
it.
does.
Got
Yeah,
a great
he's
voice.
great. Sox are 9-2.
Yes.
One loss comes off a blow up of a 4-0 lead in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
To start the season. Chris Sale was
Joe
fucking
Kelly
curving him up. That's right.
There you
That's
go.
right.
So he's making up for it. He's
Yeah.
like, listen, I'll help you by just getting
Yeah,
suspended.
if I'm giving up some runs here, I'm just gonna fucking take that guy out. I got you, no problem. And then David Price lays a complete egg in the first inning, then can't feel his fingers. I'm not sure which one happened first, but it depends on what side of the story you want to believe. I think if he gave up 1 run and 2 hits and got out of that inning,
You never hear about the fingers.
it'd never be an issue. He'd be out for the second. That's what I believe. Obviously, it wasn't my hand, wasn't my problem. So
I just think it was too cold.
too cold.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing. And
They said he's making his next start.
and I'm gonna give David Price the benefit of the doubt since he's been pitching pretty well.
He has been pitching pretty well. I just think it was a total shit the bed moment. Like, it was like, oh, big game. Yeah, I'm not pitching against the AAA Rays here. You know what I mean? And now it's a big game, and I'm getting blown up early. Get me the fuck out of here before Dennis Eckersley has something to say.
Well, I was
or
going to
whatever,
say,
you know what I mean?
I haven't heard anything like him talking to the media after the game
Yeah.
and having any weird comments or
Yeah. He
kind
just
of
said that
dancing
he's
around
He's
it.
dealt with it before.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to do what you normally do, David.
Right.
Fucking blow it off and act like it's nothing.
Yeah.
But have you seen what's going on with Stanton in New York?
man.
Where he tries to hide out in the trainer's room.
Yeah.
And
They're
then
crushing him.
and they looks out the there's reporters who have reported that he tried to hide. Everybody has left the locker room. He comes out and is trying to look around the corner to see if anybody's still there. Still 6 or 7 reporters waiting for him.
Right.
And they had to
They
talk
got
to
all
him,
night.
and his answers were 2-3 words. And I was talking to one of our coworkers, and I said, I'll be honest with you. I think what he's going to be like every other guy that comes to New York, Boston, any big market, and can't handle it.
Absolutely. He's gonna be singing this soon.
Can I go home?
Yes.
He's gonna be one of those guys sitting there.
Like he played in Miami, the perfect setup for him.
Where no one gave a shit about baseball. And
Not
he's
even
awesome.
Not even
the
that.
stat?
Just it's beautiful there.
Right.
Like he can
Oh,
just
yeah.
do whatever he wants. Nobody cares.
They have like 6,000 people that go to the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Have
nothing.
you heard the stat about Giancarlo Stanton?
He has 2 5-strikeout games with no hits, and that's never happened in the live ball era in the same season, and he did it by April 8th.
Also,
It's
you
crazy.
heard the other stat?
Joe DiMaggio had
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
No, he
13.
has more
strikeouts.
strikeouts already this year than Joe DiMaggio
DiMaggio.
had an entire season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy. Joe DiMaggio had a year with 13 strikeouts. Was that what it was? 31 or 13?
Which is-
something.
No,
Hey.
it was like
It's gotta be
I think it was like
31.
19.
Or,
It was like something weird like that.
Yeah.
Hey, that is a ridiculous stat.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Only have-
that's a crazy number. Right.
I don't know how many games they played.
I don't
back
think
then.
that's really a fair, like, oh, look, like.
It is. It is to an
Giancarlo
extent.
Stanton. Yeah, I mean, but you're talking about probably the guy's career low in strikeouts. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, look at this unbelievable year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, if you said, like,
You're also talking about like freaking the 1920s or whatever, whatever
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio, 1950s, guys are probably throwing like low 90s is like the fastest pitcher in MLB.
just meters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
But at the same time, like it's the same way we always talk about any sport. You have to play against what you're
Oh, right. Yeah.
forced to play against.
Now you got a guy like Ohtani throwing 102 mile an hour fastball.
Can we talk about that fucking guy?
Dude, what is this? What is this?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Maybe my favorite athlete in the world right now.
Yeah, he's awesome now.
It's like Tom Brady, and I'm like, Ohtani is that guy.
But
Unreal.
what? He was just like, I'm gonna fuck with these Americans all spring training and just be the worst baseball player
Ever.
ever
In spring training. Oh
in
my
spring
God.
training, and then come out here and just be the greatest person out in the
Unbelievable.
world.
He's probably
He
my favorite
pitches.
baseball player ever.
He pitches,
Well,
and then he'll rest the day before or the day after, and
Right.
then he's their DH,
right. It's unbelievable.
and he's batting like 364.
So much. The guy
Also,
is,
he has the Ichiro swing where he's like
The off and
running,
running, right.
where he's like running down the base path already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
That's just a Japan thing. Also, Ichiro is cool as fuck still.
yeah.
He just signed somewhere, right?
He's playing.
He's
Yeah.
playing.
He
right.
he robbed a home run like 2 games ago.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he was in Miami. He might have signed with like San Fran because I know like Evan Longoria ended up in San
44.
Francisco.
He's like 44 years old.
Right. He's going to break the all-time hits record because there's
He
that stupid
already
thing.
has it.
He has it, but it's a stupid.
It's
a
because
stupid
they don't
has
count
it.
Japan.
No, they do count Japan, and that's why he has it.
No, that's what I'm saying. But
Right.
in this league, in
Right.
the MLB, they don't count it
Right.
because
so,
it's of Japan.
So he has like the all-world hits
Yeah.
record. He doesn't have the MLB's hit
Yeah,
record yet,
which is
but-
what people count.
Right.
But when he plays till he's 54,
Right. It's unbelievable.
But to be fair, though, like well, I mean, if you look at how long what's his name played, freaking Joey Baseball, not Joey Baseball, fucking Pete Rose.
oh, right. Yeah.
They call him Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, Charlie Hustle. Yeah.
That was the nickname I was looking for. I was looking at Joe and said Joe. But Charlie Hustle there, he played 21 years.
Right.
People don't
Remember
talk
that a
about
lot. Yeah,
that,
right.
that he played 21 years in
gambled
the
for
majors.
20 of them.
It's like record by accumulation right there.
Yeah, that's the same thing with Ichiro.
The same thing with like Brett Favre.
Yeah,
too.
well,
I mean,
Brett Favre,
Yeah, right.
Manning.
Right. Ohtani, 2-0 this season.
Yeah.
2 games started.
It's like 2.08.
2.08.
we just saw
13 innings. Yeah, 13 innings pitched. Fucking 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 home run given up. 18 Ks in 13 innings pitched.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
And they make him take a day off before and
the
after.
game, yeah, and then he DHs. And it's fucking
he's
incredible.
batting what?
He's
He's-
batting 364 with a 773 slugging.
3 home runs. Do you realize the Red Sox, like, nobody on the team's got, like, more than 4?
Yeah. Though they've had a powerful week. From last week to this week. when
Martinez
we were
had
going-
Martinez
Grand Slam
finally had a
last night.
hit,
There was
good
3
hits.
grand slams from episode to episode.
Yeah.
Bogarts had the one on Sunday. I believe it was
Bogarts,
Sunday.
that's a tough
Yep.
loss.
That's a tough loss.
Bogarts,
Yeah.
Benintendi,
And then,
Betts,
Betts, and then Martinez. Last night.
Martinez. Yeah.
Bogarts is a tough loss to the DL.
And that's a wild thing too. Broken bone in his foot.
10 days.
10 days.
Not
Not
gonna
buying
happen.
it.
Oh,
This
yeah,
seems a lot
he's-
like the Red Sox, where they're like, "Oh, guys, no, don't worry, it's fine." And it's
Also,
like, oh,
I
he's shut down for
heard
the season.
that he's like that injury is like you can't even put weight on it for 10 days,
Right.
and he was out. He ran out of the dugout.
Right? Unbelievable.
Once again, back to that.
Right.
What the fuck,
What are you
man?
doing? Yeah.
I hated the way he broke it too, like falling into the dugout or whatever.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, they're trying to make that catch in the foul territory.
That was a crazy comeback, though. That game.
Yeah,
that's
that
the game
game.
where they came back like down 8-1 or
Yeah, they're down
9-2.
They were down 7-2, I think, and wound up winning 8-7.
That area.
Yeah. It's crazy. All with 2 outs.
Yeah.
In the 8th inning.
In the 8th inning.
He was your best hitter. We were talking before the
He
season
might be your best
started.
player.
Well, I mean, I think people give Betts the benefit of that doubt because he steals bases.
Well, he's
a
more
better
consistent.
defender.
He's
There
been
you
more
go.
consistent than Bogarts too.
And he's a better defender than
Consistently,
Yeah.
he's been about where Betts is. Bogarts has had up and down years.
Bogarts.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that's the other thing is like, how is Betts not one of like the most like? Obviously, give him another year. Like this year, if he has like a 30 home run, 98 to 110 RBI season, steals a couple bases, and
Right.
wins a Gold Glove. Like he should be one of the people in the major leagues that they need to like promote.
Well,
Yeah,
people love. Betts is a big time guy with like baseball like analytics guys.
Yeah,
Love Mookie Betts because his like wins above replacement are like Mike Trout level.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
like-
the years that he almost won
They
MVP,
should've
or
won
he was
MVP. Yeah.
he was involved in the conversation. It was
Yeah, he was the second. He was the second
Yeah.
runner up, and him and Trout.
to Trout.
Yeah. He should have won MVP that year too, which is crazy. But what was I gonna say? He's kind of the promoted guy. Like when they do like Sunday night baseball, they'll show like him
Yeah.
doing the win dance repeat thing
Yeah.
or whatever. And then
still doing that.
they are still doing that.
He's also
which is a fine
Didn't
thing.
he
I'll
start
take
doing the Fortnite dance?
Did he?
He started doing
Which
that.
which Fortnite dance?
I have no clue. I just heard that he was doing a Fortnite dance.
the one that you-
The
I don't
boom
play
floss?
the game,
The boom
so
floss?
I think he's doing. Or they said that he did. Somebody said that he did the dance where, like,
spent
after
about
you
20 minutes
after
in
you
front
kill
of the mirror.
somebody, you
Yeah.
kind of like dance on top of somebody's body, kind of.
See, but I think you can.
You can do about 90
Yeah,
billion
you can
dances.
like choose it.
Okay,
like,
well,
I
then
like
I
I
have
like
no
do
clue.
I like do the money thing when I.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what my.
I think there's like the
said.
Carlton one. You can do the Carlton dance in Fortnite. I like that.
I just want to
You
see
could do
you
like
do
the
that.
L. You can put like an L on your face and like kick your legs.
Yeah. It's not
I
bad.
just want to see you do that.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, like no, you do
The
that.
boom floss is like the most popular.
most popular one.
We,
Yeah.
we need to get that. Might be it, but we need to get into like a. We talked about
Dance
this.
competition, right? I hear you.
Yes. just to start break dancing. I'll just kick tables and shit. Break my ankle.
It wouldn't be bad.
But no, I think we should get involved in like a. We've talked about it. Fucking softball team.
I know.
I just want to see you. Like I just want to see Joe pimping singles.
Pimping
singles.
That'd
I
be
want to
great.
bunt
That'd
and
be
just
great.
pimp the bunt.
I
like
would.
that.
I wouldn't
like the
even get.
sheathing your bat.
I
like
would
that
get. I
idea.
would hit doubles that become singles because I sit in the batter's box and just watch them land.
Right. Just, yeah, there you
Just
go.
like boom.
just do this.
Stare at
Just
them.
do the.
Yeah. That or you take the bat and make it look like you're looking through it.
Joe, you could have laid that out for a triple. The guy bobbled it out there.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I
It's
thought of a
fucking
really cool thing today.
softball.
Wildly alone at work today. Like
Well-
the guys on the second floor, and I'm there all day. Thought of a cool thing that if I ever was a boxer or UFC fighter, and if I knocked someone out with my right hand, I would then like put my right hand and I would unbuckle like a strap and tuck it away like it was a gun. And then fucking like it was a deadly weapon, and then fucking harness it, and then walk around.
I mean,
with
you could just do the.
know what I mean?
You could just do the.
it. Yeah, that's so played out. I want to make one. So you just like grab
What you
the-
do is you like
You're just adding
you
more.
knock
you're
the
just-
guy out with your right hand, right?
Yeah.
Unbuckle the glove, take it off like
Yeah.
it's like a spent cartridge,
Yeah.
and then put the bare hand away.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
But most UFC fighters, their shorts do not have pockets for this reason.
No, you wouldn't. No, I wouldn't actually put it in the pocket.
You're gonna tuck it into your pants.
No, I wouldn't actually tuck
What?
it.
Like you're gonna
Just
like.
hold it.
You just
Your
act like
gun
you're putting
is
it
not
into a
actually
holster.
tucked
okay.
into your pocket.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So you act like you're holstering your
No, I
hand.
thought you were gonna like build in like a strap to
That would
your
be-
like.
Well, that's a game changer. I might
Pull
actually
a
do
marker
that
out of
instead.
your glove,
Right.
sign it,
Sign it.
drop it on the
Yeah.
guy you just knocked out.
Give it to the agent of the fighter I just fought.
Throw it at his corner.
Just, yeah. His wife. Whoa. Just lost my headphones there for a minute.
I did too.
All right. Everyone's good.
right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm getting really animated there.
Just slow it down, Dave.
Yep.
Okay. I really was practicing my
UFC
holstering
knockout.
my deadly weapon today. That was a lot of that going on.
Deep in thought, Dave.
Deep in thought.
Did you guys watch the Masters at all?
I watched a little bit on Saturday.
All right. On Sunday, Patrick Reed, the guy who won it, he misses this putt, right? And he flips his putter in his hand.
Yeah.
So he flips it like a bat, lets it go, then catches it perfectly. I was like, that's awesome.
Have you ever seen the guy that can swing and hit a pitch when he swings a baseball bat?
Yeah.
And he lets it go, and it spins on a full.
Oh,
full
yeah.
axis and then catches it and hits it.
I've
catches
seen
the
it
handle.
before.
No.
Unbelievable. So much hand strength
Yeah.
to be able to do that. It's
He
a crazy thing.
swings and stops.
He
and
stops.
then
and
when
then
he
lets
stops, he jerks it back. So it's spins the other way and he
and then
catches it.
he can still hit the ball, which is crazy. That same guy can also flip it between his legs, with his feet and everything. Over
Here's
his
the other
shoulders.
thing.
Crazy thing.
So he's that talented. Why isn't he playing in the majors?
He's young. He's real young. He's like 19.
I'm just saying, we see that a lot with trick shots with golfing and whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why aren't you playing?
But that's still cool. Well,
it's cool.
It doesn't translate. That's like saying, why aren't the Harlem Globetrotters in the NBA?
I mean, there used to be.
Yeah, there used to be some. Yeah.
A lot of those
But most
trick
of
shot guys in golf are long drive champions. They're not PGA.
They're not
guys.
fun.
No, but I'm just saying
sound
how
either.
much time not to say they're wasting their time,
Right.
but essentially they are.
Yeah.
It's creating buzz about them, but it's not creating enough
They
buzz.
actually. You say they're wasting their time. Those guys, a lot of those guys, especially the golf trick shot guys, they make a lot of money doing events,
Yeah, no, we know.
like corporate events and shit like that.
No, we met the guy. We met a long drive
We
guy.
met the long drive guy.
But he hits it through plywood and shit like that.
He just
No,
this
he was
guy
just-
fucking hit it. Well, basically, he hit it into the woods and was like, "Not bad, little quick layup for you. You'll be fine." We're like, "You definitely shanked it." Just what the
No,
fuck?
I'm talking
A couple of them were good,
The
but for the
real
most
long-
part, they went into the woods.
No, but you're talking about at a tee, he was at a
long drive
tournament.
special.
Yeah, he-
These guys, they don't do that at tournaments. They'll do they'll put on a show,
Right,
for
yeah, yeah.
a corporate outing.
like the Harlem Globetrotter type.
So
thing,
I've seen the guy where he puts two things of plywood and then he hits a ball through it and then he goes, "Watch this! I'll hit another ball through the exact holes," and then he hits another ball directly through the hole he already made.
That's a wild thing.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, that's what you're saying. Well, then why aren't you in the PGA? I don't fuck the PGA. Do that for the rest of your life. That's
You
pretty
can
Well,
look
I'm
up
sure it's
videos.
more
I don't know the
fun.
guy's name, but there's a guy who does puts a piece of plywood right by where he's driving. So it's it's thick plywood.
Yeah.
And you have to
Girthy.
generate a lot of ball speed to get a ball through that, and
Yeah.
he does.
That's crazy.
And then he hits another one
right through
it.
That's nuts. That's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
So baseball talk.
I love celebration talk.
Yeah,
Just
I do too. Yeah.
There's someone I think big into PGA golf lately, and someone posted because the next golf tournament
Have
is
anything to do with Tiger, you think? You draw him back in?
No, it has to do with I watched the Masters. I watched Sunday of the Masters, and Jordan Spieth put on a fucking hell of a show.
Yeah.
coming back from 9 strokes down,
I saw the highlights. I
and
didn't
it
actually
was
watch
it was
live.
exciting to watch. I watched it at a bar with my buddy with some
Yeah.
buddies of mine, and it was exciting to watch. So I'm big, and it's golf season, and I like to golf, so. I've been big into it, and someone, I think it was one of the golf guys from Barstool posted Jim Furyk with the earliest putter drop of all time, and he hits a putt, and it's not even, it's I don't know, 2 feet from the hole, and he drops his putter and puts his hands up because he knows it's going in, and it's that's just such a wild cocky move to do, just
That's awesome.
See, here's the difference. Everybody's tuning in now a little bit because Tiger's back. He might be back.
I actually hate the Tiger's back movement.
I am the exact opposite. I'm kind of like how I am with everything.
Yeah.
I'm watching for him to fucking implode every time.
I'm not like that.
I wanted him to win. I did.
I'm not
don't.
like that. I hate
Sorry.
I hate the Tiger's back people because he'll never be back.
He'll never be back to what he was.
And that's Tiger.
Right, that's what people.
to me.
Right, yeah.
That's
yeah.
he'll be back to being a good golfer that can compete. He'll never be Tiger. He'll never be winning the Masters by 18 strokes.
Right.
Tiger.
I also feel like he's one of those guys that if he's not within 5 strokes of the lead, he kind of just I'm good.
Yeah, tough weekend.
I want him to be good though because he's good for golf.
He's really good.
He's
golf.
good for ratings.
He's really good for absolutely. He is.
See, I think like guys like John Daly
Yeah.
are great for
Yeah,
golf.
unfortunately, John Daly can't make the cut.
I know.
So-
But guys like him that are a little bit more like, I'm sure he's doing as much debauchery as Tiger was doing. Mm-hmm. He's just public about it.
Right. Yeah.
Not the same kind of debauchery either. John Daly's a lot more getting drunk on the golf course and a lot less.
Yeah, but I'm saying
having
like
sex with random waitresses at a drive-through restaurant.
at like a Waffle House.
Perkins.
Yeah, a Waffle House. But no, I just think that like that's, to me, to get like more fans to the sport, because you already have the people that like golf, and you have the people that, or the people that were like, oh my god, like there's this great golfer Tiger. Like
Right.
you've already got those people.
Yeah.
Get the people that like don't golf, like me. I don't golf all the time. I have golf clubs.
All right, so $1 million idea Joe has actually been sitting on this idea for a while.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I want to know if you guys would be like cool with it.
All right.
Not cool with it, but like, would you like it?
Anything to do with Tiger? No.
Nope. But it does have to do with golf. What if there was a team golf league?
I like it.
So
I already like it.
You get like 4 golfers, right?
Yeah.
You do match play. You have like, I don't know, 10 teams or 12 teams or however many.
We
Be
do
a lot
best
of
ball.
fun.
You do match play.
Yeah.
And
Best
like,
ball?
Yeah, probably 2 teams of 2. Like you would have four guys
So
on
that
a
would be
team,
like-
but it would be 2 pairings. Do you know what I'm saying?
What do they call that event
Ryder
where it's
Cup.
like the Ryder Cup? Yeah.
Yeah, where it's America versus the world.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like the Ryder Cup, which is awesome. I love watching the Ryder
is
Cup.
awesome. Right.
But it's like you would have the Boston, I don't know, Big
Right.
Shots or whatever the name of the Boston team is.
I like that name.
Yeah.
The New York Floaters.
The New York Knickerbockers would actually work a lot for golf too.
Well, that would apply.
Yep.
That would apply.
But anyway, so you would have like teams and then
Right.
like a golf league, a
What if
team
you had
golf league.
Could you have a sub?
Yeah, one sub or 2
One
subs.
sub, and then he could just like come in
Yeah.
for a shot. Like, hey, this guy crushes.
Oh,
the
you want him
13.
for a shot,
Right.
specifically for one shot.
Well, no, I mean like he could stay in. Like you can like sub him in and out like basketball.
You could do legit best ball where it's like you just take like a scramble style,
Yeah.
like where it's like you both hit a shot, right? And then
You take the best ball.
Justin,
No, whatever the best shot. is,
Dustin
and pick up
Johnson
from
hits it like 350 yards off the tee. We'll just drop the other ball right there and both
Right,
hit.
right.
And then and then you would get like ridiculously low scores.
there. Yeah. Yeah, golf would be an all-time
Yeah.
low score.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's like minus 28.
Or you just do whoever has the best score out of the 2 of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On
Yeah,
that
yeah.
hole,
Yeah.
then you take that score.
I like that. I like that idea a lot. What would
Yeah.
you call it?
The World Golf League. The National NGL.
NGL. Yeah. National Golf League. Not bad.
Joe's all-time American Golf League. The Jaggle.
The Jaggle.
The Jaggle.
The Jaggle. Well, that's not always a compliment, but
The Jadigal.
the yeah.
I got nothing. You guys can look at me all day. I got
You
nothing.
got any input on this?
No, I mean I have.
We
I
do
can-
have one team though, the Boston Big Shots.
Possibly shots. Mark them in.
Yeah.
I
like
see.
that.
I like the big sluts.
It doesn't really apply to
Or
golf.
or
you
the
can-
Las Vegas big slots.
Okay.
All right.
I like that.
All right.
I see what you did
Yeah.
there. You're really proud of yourself.
Not at all.
If you could also
I wish I could like put that face into audio so
you
people could hear how happy you looked.
you could have them be sponsored by golf like merchandise too. So it could be like the Boston Big Berthas, which is like a Callaway brand. But I like
Yeah.
the Big Shots better.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be corporate, like super corporate.
Why would you? Right. No, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm with you. That's where golf went wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Not too many
You need to
the
capitalize on this.
Portland Pings.
Right. Not like that.
Nothing. My big slots idea. That
Oh,
was
like
it.
yeah,
That
he's
was
tapped
it.
out. He's tapped out. He blew his load. He's good. No, I like it. Team golf would be cool. That'd be fun. Like the Ryder Cup is awesome.
Yeah, that's where the idea
And
came.
it'd be cool
and they
if
have
they had
the
like a separate. And they did it like
I think they have
one day a week.
they have 1 or 2 days a week.
I also think if they were allowed a little bit more personality, like that's why I think like a John Daly has personality. Tiger is like
a
watching
drip,
paint
yeah.
dry.
Oh, World Golf League or Joe's Golf League, whatever I call it. It
Go
would be
for it.
like
Nat.
You'd be allowed to yell during the.
You pimp the deep ball.
You definitely have players
Can you
mic'd
pimp a
up.
putt?
You definitely have players mic'd up.
Yeah. Players mic'd up. Dilly for sure allowed.
Yeah.
As a fan, as an observer.
Anything
thrown out if you say that.
As long as it's not like threatening or offensive.
Right. Like you can't be like, hey, I'm gonna go shoot up my high school. Or
Yeah.
Like that.
Nothing weird and threatening.
Right.
You shouldn't be able to yell like during their
Dustin Johnson, I'm gonna slit your throat while he's in his backswing.
During the swing.
Yeah, during the swing, don't fuck with him. But
Please
like,
be quiet during the swing.
but when he's like walking up there, like Tiger,
Right.
Fuck you.
yeah, or
right.
well, maybe not that, but just like Tiger,
I
don't
would-
screw this up.
I would be
and
okay with-
I think even if you
I'd
said
be okay
that,
with fuck you, Tiger.
no, but I think if you said don't screw this up,
I actually
that would
want-
still throw
I
him
would
off.
actually
Yeah,
require that fan bases come up with a cheer, like you know, like the soccer stadiums when they all start
Like,
oh, as you're walking towards the green.
Yeah.
Imagine at like a
You
home
need, like,
course,
yeah.
and you just have the Boston Big Shots people in the background, just like oh,
You need, like,
all around like the 18th green or whatever.
You need like a populist chant.
Yeah.
And then I want to be the guy that they talk about in Happy Gilmore. You know, the other day when I was coming down the ninth green fairway, there's two people in the woods having sex. Woo! They just with a sign. I did it.
That'd be Aaron. I feel like all three of us are on very different pages about what we want out of Joe's golf.
A real fun thing would be, you ever heard of battle golf?
Like,
Well, I know I'm not going to make the league.
I'm projecting my own idea, and he has his, and Aaron's like, I'm going to be having sex in the background. I'm like, we're not. There's no synergy right now about this.
But it's going to make it better.
Right, that's true.
You ever heard of battle golf?
Yes.
No.
Where you can,
no.
Where you can take the club, if you win a hole,
Yeah.
you can pick a club
And take
and take it away from the other, as long as it's not like a putter. I
Right.
think is the only one you can't take away.
That's cool.
So it'd be cool.
That's
to,
even. I think you should be able to take a putter.
no, not a putter. Anything but the putter.
It's just no.
Not a putter. That's just wrong. Because that'd always be the first club taken.
Yeah.
Have fun putting with your wedge.
Yeah.
I would just putt
There was
with
a
my
guy,
fucking
actually.
driver.
I would just use my driver real
real
light.
slow.
It's probably got it's the flattest.
But it'd be
surface.
cool to do like right before, like this is the
I
longest
wouldn't.
par 5 on the course. Oh, that's fun. Have fun doing it without your driver.
Yeah. Phew.
I just
Imagine
gra-
that.
I
Every
grab-
hole, you're down to like the 18th hole. It's a par 5, and you're like, I got a 3-iron left.
Yeah.
Just like that's it.
I'm surgical with this
screwed.
bitch.
No matter what the distance, I have to hit a 3-iron.
I have to hit a 3-iron no matter what.
Knock
That's
down
great.
3.
Well, yeah. When we played,
Have
I
fun
forget
out of
what
the
it was.
sand.
But I think it was like a 5-iron
Yeah, I think the
or
5.
something.
Yeah,
I think it was
you
like the
were
5.
crushing.
I was surgical with that. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, take a ball,
surgical.
take away my driver.
Yeah.
I'm better with this thing.
Just leave me with my 5. Me and my sweet 5.
No matter where he is, 70 yards away, yeah, 5-iron.
Got it.
What's the deal? What do we? Hey, you got that? You gun that? Yeah.
know what?
Or 25 yards from the pin, 5-iron.
You know what he does? He does the old like Tiger Woods game where he's like, all right, so I'm just going to do 20% backswing. Like, it doesn't matter the distance that I can hit this with this club. I'm just going to 25%. There you go. Damn,
Just
good.
a real short.
Just never fully wind up like 33%. I think I got all of it.
You laugh, but I've been on
Not
the golf
far
course
off.
where there's times where it's like, I know you're in the sand, but you can totally hit 3-wood out of that.
Yeah.
And it's just like you're right by the green, and you just kind of like putt the 3-wood, and it rolls out of the sand because there's
that's all
no
you need.
lip,
Yep.
and it's just like onto the green.
There you go. Not bad. Veteran move. Nice play.
It's actually
Some golf conversation here.
A lot
huh?
of golf talk following the Masters.
Joe's Golf League
Yeah, Joe's Golf League.
launching right around the same time as the XFL.
I just say we go Facebook Live when we go to the driving range and just pimp those drives.
Yeah.
Mine-
You know I can do the Happy Gilmore. You've seen me do it.
Yeah.
It actually, I bet you could actually start an amateur version of this
Yeah.
and put them on
YouTube Live or
like
Facebook, Live or
Facebook,
whatever. Yeah.
and it would get some
Yeah.
Some drive.
some like
Absolutely. it would.
backing.
backing. Yeah,
And yeah, you could do like, if you could get like 4 or 5 people to film.
yeah.
So
You
we're
could just do, like-
copywriting this right now.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is
You could just go to
official
local
certified
court.
content.
I could go to River Ridge and say whoever your best golfers are here.
Right.
Like make a team.
Right.
This is your home track, River Ridge.
Right.
And then go to Norwich Golf Course.
Yeah.
Hey, course record holder, stuff like that. Make a team.
Right.
This is your home golf course.
But
Same
if you
as
have,
like
if you have like 4 or 5 guys filming, you could have like 5 different Facebook Live feeds
Yeah.
going. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It'd be like camera 1,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you could just watch like whoever's at whatever hole. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? And then they can move like with them along. Like they could go like holes 1, 2, and 3, and then back to 1, and then watch whoever's at 1, and then 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean? And then cover all 18 holes with 5 different cameras. So you could watch like, okay, now that they're at the 4th hole, I'm going to go to camera feed 2 and watch.
Yeah.
Them from the 4th, 5th, and 6th hole.
Yeah,
Right now
we're-
I'm going to go to the, you know what I mean?
Okay, we're
See,
putting a lot of
also-
thought into this, and we're
First rule.
We struggled with synergy.
Now
We
we're on.
got it back.
We
See,
found it. Yeah,
That's
there it
a
is.
whole thing.
First rule for the golf league though is
No shirts.
you can wear shorts.
no shirts.
100% you can wear shorts.
Yeah.
Definitely a less stricter. I don't know about no shirts at all. but definitely a less strict
Yeah.
dress code than a normal.
Tank,
Yeah.
so I
than
can
a
wear my
normal-
tank.
So you could wear. I'm gonna say golf shirts should be worn, but definitely shorts are allowed.
Yeah.
And you don't have to walk all 18 holes
Oh,
Oh
man.
no, why would you?
because in the pros they have to walk.
That's
Yeah.
a dumb thing.
And
I
think,
mean, I always liked that because then that meant Tiger was never going to make it all 18 holes. Like, this guy's legs are going to give out at some
Oh,
point.
well, yeah, at that point, yeah.
Go
yeah.
for it.
just let them ride in the car at least between holes.
Right. Yeah, ride to the next hole.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised
And
Tiger
that'll
never
give
paid
you-
his caddy just to carry him and the bag.
Yeah, just, yeah. fucking-
Like, hire the biggest
double-
guy that he could.
I'll
just,
double
like,
up.
carry both of us.
Bring this all the
Double
way
up on
back. He'll mount him like Joe Kelly,
Joe Kelly
and Tyler
did.
Austin.
That's it. Perfect.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of playoff action coming on this week.
Both.
Both.
And
I mean,
NBA and NHL.
tonight, as we're recording,
Right now.
Bruins are going to be playing the Toronto Maple Leafs.
The sports report with Josh Dow.
Wait a
Every
minute.
time.
Hold on,
Every time.
wait a minute. Yeah. Game 1 tonight.
I'm excited.
Excited. No Riley Nash.
Bums me.
It bums him. That's it.
You're not going to throw an out in there, huh?
No?
Okay. It just bums you.
Bums me. I like that a lot.
I mean, you're getting back the other Nash. Rick Nash is finally alive and accounted for.
that's true.
Skated yesterday, skated the day before, ready to go for the playoffs.
Doesn't bum me.
That does not bum
Well, it bums me because here's the other thing.
me. Casually.
He's still not going to throw in the out. It's never even crossed his mind to throw the out in.
No, well, let me explain to you why it bums me.
Out? Bummed you out? No. It doesn't bum me out. Just bums me.
Oh, God.
Donato is out of the lineup. So our boy from Harvard,
The Harvard kid?
the second statue that was going to be built on Joe's Island,
Yeah.
Don't say gonna be. It's still being built.
Is he out, like,
Indefinitely?
didn't make the playoff roster?
no,
or
more like
injured?
no
finally-
healthy scratch.
Really?
Like, hey,
Wow.
we're bringing back. They brought back another guy. I forgot his name. He is going to center the third line,
Final exams.
and no, and he is still living in the dorms,
Right, yeah.
which is insane.
I think it's a really smart move.
No,
From a Harvard kid.
I'm not saying
playing
it's-
in the
I'm
NHL to
not saying
stay
it's-
on a college campus.
Well played. Well played.
I mean, to be honest,
I'm guessing
though,
he's single. I don't know, but if he's a single college
well,
man
here's the thing: you
playing
already,
on an NHL roster,
but you already played on the Olympic team. You played at Harvard. Everybody knows who you are in Boston. You could live at your own place
Yeah.
and still
Clean up.
clean up at Harvard.
yeah, but it's
Because you're still
different.
going to class.
It's not, but you're not. Now he's playing for the fucking Bruins.
Yes.
I know he played for the
but
Olympic
he was still
team.
going to class while playing with the Bruins.
Yeah,
you can
you can
still
bring
go
him
to
back to your
class
place.
and go back to your new condo
Right.
or
overlooking
Or-
overlooking, you know.
or
You got to put a sock on the door and make sure your roommate doesn't come
Or I
out.
just stay right there where it all is.
But here's the thing.
The magic happens.
But here's the difference. Now you're doing said, sock on the door.
Right.
there's going to be like 30 people, dudes, banging on your door. Hey, man, I want tickets to the game tonight.
I want in on what's going on in there. That's what those dudes are saying.
Yeah, just, hey, man, am I next?
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
right.
like there's going to be more annoyances to living on campus.
Yeah, right.
But anyway,
He is
not.
Mustaches.
There you go. He is not playing the first game. They've already said that Bruce Cassidy has said, I'm not ruling him out. Mm-hmm. It's just we're going to go with this and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Riley Nash is obviously out with injury. He said he's also not ruling it out to possibly Saturday. But here's the other problem. He took a shot of a puck to the ear.
I saw that.
And it took, did you hear how many stitches it took inside and outside his ear?
A wild amount.
It's like 40 stitches.
Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah.
So I genuinely thinking, and this has been reported around, is there's a high possibility it's something to do with its equilibrium, because inside your ear, your inner ear, you take a shot like that, like you don't know how hard that shot was. Obviously, it was hard because it took 40 stitches to fix everything.
You could give him vertigo.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, and then you're going to put him on the ice? Like that's, yeah. Like if he can't skate, like stand up, why would you put him on skates?
He's a hockey player, no excuses.
I understand that, you know. I'm sure he's trying.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
How do you expect to drink out of Lord Stanley's cup if you're not on the ice?
He'll still get to drink out of it if they win the Stanley Cup.
Well,
yeah.
Can't win the Stanley Cup without all hands aboard, on deck.
You know, you were making fun of me not having the out, but I at least didn't trip over the out.
I didn't. I don't know what my metaphor was there. What's the
all
saying?
Hands on deck.
All hands on deck. I said aboard. I said aboard. All hands aboard.
All hands aboard deck.
Above.
All hands above
the line,
boards.
above the fold.
Above the lines. That bums me.
It's going to be an interesting series. Toronto always plays well against Boston.
They do, yeah.
And
they match up well.
Tuukka, for some reason, is not very good in Canada.
That Canadian record will always get you.
He's a big Tim Hortons fan. He like
It's all jazzed
he
up.
just fills up on Tim Hortons.
Fidgety. Real fidgety.
On, what do they call him?
Joe?
I forgot what they call the, like, whatever special thing that they have at Tim Hortons, like.
A boots.
No,
There is a term for it. I forgot what it is also. From
Canada, eh?
Yeah, we'll see. What do you got for predictions for the series?
I think it'll go 5.
Bruins in 5?
Yeah. Because I think it's like, not like, I'm not sure. It changes every year. Like, they've changed the playoff format again this year. So, like, my memory of, like, hey, is it 7 games or is it 5? Like, I don't remember.
I think it's 7. And
I think it's 7 every round.
2-2-1-1-1, I believe.
Yeah, and they also don't play every, like, night. There's always a night off in between.
The hockey playoffs take, like, 7 years.
Yeah, they're just like the NBA playoffs.
But, I think it'll go 5. I think they'll get at least one, or I think they'll at least get one on the Bruins. They'll play in Toronto, and fucking Tuukka will just shit a brick.
Yeah. That's probably true. I got Bruins at 6.
I just think it's going to be an interesting playoffs. By the time we have another episode, they'll be on like their 3rd game.
Bruins sweep, just like they're going to.
They could.
Bruins sweep, just like they're going to do every round of the playoffs.
This is island
all
talk.
the way to the last statue being built, and that is of Lord Stanley Cup on Stanley Cup Island. Bruins Stanley Cup Island.
My worry is that we were watching, before we came on here, we were talking about Marchand. He, towards the end of the season, especially when they were playing like Tampa, if they have to play Tampa, I just feel like one team's going to get him to get himself suspended. Yeah, and that worries me because he's a hothead. Like he's affectionately called the Rat around the league.
Right.
I just think and that's crazy. Like we were talking, I think that we're like, there's a possibility they could all have 30. They all have 30 goals.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And I think he's tired because he's only had like 1 assist in like the last 6 games, and no goals. I think Marchand carried them.
Yeah.
While all those injuries were happening.
Yeah.
And they were like, we'll just rest him eventually, and they finally before the playoffs, like, okay, we'll give him a game off.
I think his minutes went down. Yeah, his minutes were down a little bit too, and he did look flat too.
You get tired when you're like the only guy, you and like a guy that's playing at Harvard,
right?
Are the only 2 guys that are really scoring goals.
That's good though, because you get a lot of. I mean, there's a lot more rest days in the playoffs.
Right, yes, right. Yeah, it's going to help, and I think I think Bergeron's a little nicked up again, but he like always plays through it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. That's true.
But yeah, that's kind of what I have on the Bruins. I'm excited, intrigued, and I need to start going over to your house, Dave, so I can watch the games.
Watch those games.
Also, little known fact: Bruins Stanley Cup Island is the home of Joe's Golf League.
Okay.
It's the starting place, the birthplace.
I like it. Yeah. I like that idea.
It's got its own little dinghy.
Dinghy.
Yeah, in case you need to get off it.
In case you need to get off.
To go play the other games, like other golf courses.
It's kind of raft or something.
Dinghy.
Yeah, dinghy.
I did not know that.
A dinghy?
I did. Yeah.
A dinghy boat?
Yeah, I did.
It's a little
It's a
like
boat.
it's a little boat.
When you said dinghy, I instantly went phallic.
I mean,
why do I have a little dinghy?
Yeah.
I was.
What are you trying to say about Dash?
Guys, we need to fix this statue. Do we have any glue?
Yeah, we
need to add
got
something.
a small dinghy.
We got a little dinghy.
A little dinghy.
What the fuck is a boat gonna do, Tom?
Yeah, so I got Bruins 6, you got 5, you got 4.
Oh, yeah, I have 4.
Yeah, they could. Once again, if Tuukka can stand on his head,
I just think
Crazy irrational Bruins fan Joe has 4. I think regular Bruins fan Joe has 6.
6.
Yeah.
I just think NHL playoffs is always real intense. You know what I mean? So I always feel like those series go a little bit longer, but there's probably actually more sweeps than hockey than I can think of.
Did you see the video I reposted on Facebook about like a couple of years ago when they played Vancouver in Boston and they were down? I think it was 3-1, and they came back to win 4-3. Mm-hmm. But it was like there was like 7 minutes left in the third period, and they were down that many goals, and they still came back and won. And and Bergeron had like the game tying goal, and then had the game winning goal in overtime.
Holy shit!
And it was like,
was that the one where Horton hit the game tire?
Horton here's a who?
Horton here's a who?
No, I thought it was
Horton?
Bergeron got the game tire and the.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
That was a.
Or Lucic might have got the game tying.
The one
goal.
they were down. Are you talking about when they were up 3 games, up 3-1 to like? Was that Vancouver? And then they blew that lead, and then in the 7th game they were down 4-1, and they came back and won.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's like one of.
Yeah.
They were up.
It's tied 1-1 right now.
Oof.
They were up on the series, and then
Yeah.
they blew the series lead.
Yeah.
And then
they were down.
Then they were down in game 7.
And then, yeah.
And like everyone
Yes.
started leaving. They were down like 4-1, and then
Right,
they
right.
overcame a 3-goal deficit and won the game.
Yeah.
Oh, it was against Toronto. That's who it was.
I was going to say, I think it was Toronto.
Toronto. They were down 4-1
that's like
in Boston.
Considered like one of the greatest hockey comebacks of all time.
Yeah.
And it was Game 7,
Yeah.
of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals.
That's awesome. Yeah. Maybe it was the Eastern Conference Finals where Horton had a game winner in one of those games. Because Horton was my favorite Bruin when he was there.
Yeah.
He also hears a lot of whoos.
He also hears a ton of whoos.
Yeah.
Like so many whoos. It's
I always thought it was
unbelievable.
weird he talked to himself on the ice. But.
Also, not to derail too quick, did you see the walk it in my pocket to walk it like a tiger?
Yes.
Love
yes.
that. There's a bofa on my sofa.
It makes you think about the Migos. It does make you.
Yeah.
Somewhere, Offset has a walk it in my
I have a
walk it in my pocket book.
Yeah.
Like somewhere on some studio equipment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where that song came from.
I love that so much. And a zeller and a dweller and
I have no clue what you're talking about. Sounds good.
I posted on Facebook. Jesus.
Someone.
Oh, no, I'm sure I listened to it. I just don't.
There's a Migos song.
Called
Are
Walk
you
It Like
familiar?
a Pocket.
Are you familiar with the Migos?
Nope.
All right. The
It's a
Migos
tough start.
are 3 young men from Atlanta
Bums
who
me.
made a rap group called themselves the Migos.
The Migos.
It is Offset, Quavo, and
The third one.
Takeoff.
Yes. Yeah.
And they are very popular amongst the youth. And they made a song called Walk It Like I Talk It. And some enterprising young Facebook person read Dr. Seuss's Walk It in My Pocket
to
over the beat of Walk It Like I Talk It with the same cadence,
perfectly.
and it fits perfectly.
It's perfect. It is
So-
so perfect. It's perfect. There's a bofar on my sofa.
I'm good.
It's so good. It's
I'm
hilarious.
good.
It's,
Dr.
it's a
Seuss.
funny thing making fun of mumble rappers. You'd actually probably
Dr.
like
Seuss,
it, but
the original rapper.
yeah,
That's what you need to know.
Yes, the original mumble rapper OG, right there.
Dr.
Dr.
Seuss.
You would. The thing
Green
is that
eggs
you're
and
making
ham
that
is my
shitty face right
fucking
now.
jam.
It's making fun of the rap.
No,
that
I
you
get,
hate. You know what
I
mean?
get it,
Because it's so simple.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave. I get it.
Also,
I
Dr.
get it.
Seuss,
I get it.
Dr. Seuss, not a great rapper.
No.
Rafa.
No,
See,
they're
once
not a
again,
great
making
rapper.
fun of me for the out.
Well, no, that's because you consciously.
Yours is consciously.
You're consciously
Mine is
leaving
just
out
not
a word.
being able to talk. Yours is fully being able to talk and just choosing not to.
I'm not even trying to jump on you. He made mistakes. You consciously choose
I
to
actually,
not say
I actually
out.
like what Aaron's doing. He's changing the dialect.
He is.
This is
He's redirecting.
Aaron
right
sets
now.
the dialect for the city.
I like it.
That's a WEI reference.
This is
That's
true.
a deep WEI
That
reference
is
too.
that is true. I love that. That bums me.
That's. I mean, if we
That
didn't-
has to be
if-
the episode
I was going
name.
to say if we didn't have an episode, name. Aaron is on
He's on a roll right
hot
now.
fire streak of setting the episode name. Just blazing hot.
Unbelievable.
It is an honor. You should be honored. I try every
think
week to get the episode name.
I don't.
I try.
I don't.
Like I actually put an effort to try and say the thing that will be the episode name.
Yeah.
And Aaron is just
He's crushing.
ripping it away from me.
Crushing right now. Let's see. You're on a 1, 2. No. You took episode 66 with the hairspray and grape soda.
Oh, yep.
And then I pronounced purple. And then Kia Power.
Yeah.
So you got 2 out of the past 3 this
Three.
week. This week we'll
You'll
probably
be on a
wind
3.
up being
You'll be at 3.
That bums me.
3 out of 4.
That's a good streak. You're batting 750 right
Yeah.
now this past week.
Yeah.
Not bad. Real good.
Kia Power. I got about Kia Power too.
I forgot about the Kia Power. So yeah, the Bruins 1-1, huh?
Right now.
Dave's already out. He's out of the Bruins. He's
Yeah,
already
I'm
swimming
fine.
away.
I'm all right.
Oh, is it tied?
Celtics championship.
we're
Here
good.
we come. Let's
We're
go.
good. I'm
Seas.
off the
Not
island.
at all.
Let's go.
Dave's not
Seas.
only off the island. He's like actively tying a weight to him
Just
and just holding it out into the
trying
ocean.
trying to sink
He's
the
standing on his boat, weight in hand, and he's like, "Tell me when it gets to 2-1. I'll drop it. I'll drop it right now."
2-1. It's over.
Dave, it's game 1.
It's
When
over.
they go down by a goal, I'm
It's
dropping
over.
this.
I'm out. Celtics start up, I believe, the 14th is game 1, which would be Saturday.
Who are they playing?
It's not the Boston Celtics. It's actually the Saskatchewan Riders or whatever the G League team that the
Isn't it the main hen?
the main
Red
Red
Hens?
Claws.
Main Red Claws.
Red Claws. It's
There you
the,
go. I thought it was the Red Hens. Something
it's
like
actually the Red
up there
Claws.
somewhere.
that. The Red Claws.
It's not the Celtics that are in the playoffs. It's the Red Claws.
Well, at this point, yeah.
They are playing Sunday, April 15th. They got very unlucky and drew the best 7th seed I've ever seen, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, if we break this down roster spot by roster spot.
So Milwaukee in 6.
God, no.
Who's the
God, no.
Celtics
Celtics are winning that round.
Who's the point guard for the Bucks?
Don't ask me.
That's a good question.
I'll look it up.
You know what I say to that? Go fish.
Go fish. The point guard for them. I know that answer, too. That drives me
I think
crazy.
it's like
They're awful.
Bledsoe, Eric Bledsoe.
Might be Eric Bledsoe. It's not a bad guess. I don't know. But we can start the other way.
All right.
if you want.
Who's the point guard? Who's the starting point guard
It'll be
for
Terry
your Boston Celtics
It'll be
right now?
Terry Rozier, dog.
So, here we go.
You got the roster?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know Terry Rozier
Terry Rozier will play.
will be the point for the Celtics.
All right, never mind.
You don't have it.
Nope, no, I got it. I got it
Okay,
now.
all right.
I clicked on a thing that said the roster, and it literally just took me back to the same Google page.
Don't like that.
Yep, not a fan. Eric Bledsoe. So
Yeah.
you have.
Bledsoe and
I
Rozier.
wish it showed like who the actual starters are instead of just like an overall view of their roster. But you have Eric Bledsoe versus Terry Rozier. Who do you give that to?
Rozier.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Eric Bledsoe's third on the team, 17 points a game.
I was going to say, I don't know. That could be a wash.
It could be a wash. Terry Rozier's a better all-around basketball player.
Yeah.
Eric Bledsoe scores probably a little more efficiently.
And I think Eric Bledsoe's very, he's going to be dishing a lot.
Yeah.
Shooting guard.
Jaylen Brown.
And Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton.
Yeah. Chris Middleton, 20 points a game. You think Chris Middleton has the edge?
Yeah, I would say. He's a little bit longer.
Giannis is better than everyone on the Celtics.
I'll take Jason Tatum right now. No. yeah.
Straight up.
Giannis
See,
is
the
better.
problem is the Celtics are a better team. The real problem
Overall.
is Celtics are a better team overall. The problem is in the NBA playoffs, normally the best player on the floor
Yeah.
can do some damage.
Yeah.
But I think that
think-
it's the number one defense in the NBA without Kyrie or without Gordon Hayward.
I think Brad Stevens schemes Giannis.
To 25 and 8.
Yeah. And
On
holds
average for
him
the series.
to whatever, and then he wins the games that way.
I think Celtics in 6.
I think Celtics breeze through this series if Kyrie's healthy. I don't think
Oh,
it's
it's not close. Yeah,
It's not. I don't think it's close. I think it's a little bit of a struggle.
Al Horford's going to be stuck guarding Giannis.
But yeah, I would probably say 6 is a good.
Tough. Yeah, Celtics will win this series, and they might win the next one.
Who would they draw?
Philadelphia.
That's tough.
It's tough.
But-
That's why I say might.
What is it called? Wow, I'm really noodle brain today.
Are you guys good?
You're on me. You're like me.
What is it called?
Ben Simmons, Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, but what is it called to get to that?
Chalk.
Nope. No.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like I'm trying to parlay. What is the?
Segue.
Thank
Gotcha.
you.
There you go.
God.
Wow.
Yeah. Woo.
You know,
I am.
I only left out one word.
You know what, Aaron? Aaron, I would like to formally apologize to you because
I left out a word
I
and
am
it
not
threw
on
Joe off.
I am not on the top of my. Yeah, actually, I'm taking back my
Don't be
apology
sorry.
because
Don't be
you did
sorry.
this. You did this to me because I was fine when I showed up here.
We've all gotten used
Then
to
you bummed me, and now I can't say anything.
Right. you bummed him right up
Now
or
I can't
whatever
talk.
it is.
Now I can't talk.
You bummed him in. I don't even know how that sentence ends.
I'm
anymore.
bummed.
Segue this. Who do you think wins the Rookie of the Year?
I think that's going to be a split.
Do
Ben
you,
Simmons and
do
Donovan
you
Mitchell
think
at
Ben
Rutgers
Simmons
State.
should be allowed to win Rookie of the Year?
I don't like it.
I actually think it's okay for Ben Simmons to,
Because he didn't play a game.
but I think they need to have like what baseball does,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like a minimum amount of like things hit to be considered.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of bogus that Ben Simmons can win Rookie of the Year,
Yeah.
but like Julius Randle got hurt his rookie year,
Yeah.
like the first game, like 5 minutes into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
like
game.
Gordon Hayward style, yeah.
And because of that, he couldn't win Rookie of the Year the next year.
Right,
Because
right.
he had actually
He
played
broke his leg right
like
away,
a
yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Like Gordon Hayward, if Gordon Hayward was a rookie this year or next
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if he was a rookie this year and
Yes.
then played next year,
Yeah.
he
He
would
wouldn't
not be
qualify.
eligible.
It'd be his.
even though
it would still be his sophomore season.
even though he had like didn't play at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But Ben Simmons gets it because he didn't actually play any games.
Now, Donovan Mitchell is on full fucking savage mode. about
Well,
Ben Simmons.
no, it's been back and forth because did you hear what Ben Simmons said?
No.
So they asked Ben Simmons who should win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And he just straight up said me. I should win Rookie of the Year. I'm the best rookie. I should win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And then so
I don't think he's wrong.
they asked Donovan Mitchell the same question. He's like, yeah, I don't like to focus on like
Yeah, right, right.
I don't like to focus on individual awards. It's a team sport, blah 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 blah. But then, like 2 days later, he wore that like custom sweatshirt
It says rookie,
that had the legitimate
Noun.
definition of a rookie. On
an
it.
athlete playing his or her first season as a member of a professional sports team.
He wore this sweatshirt. So
I would.
Then
That's great.
they asked Ben Simmons
Yeah,
about Donovan Mitchell's sweatshirt.
right.
He's like, yeah, I understand what he's saying. Like, I think it actually, Donovan Mitchell would be probably win Rookie of the Year if
If I wasn't
alive.
Yeah, right.
If that was the case, but that's not the case. It's literally what he said.
I disagree with that. Like I don't think Ben Simmons should be able to win it.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that you're not spending a year in college or overseas. You're actually going to games, you're in the locker rooms, you're hanging out with the team. you're training on the team's facility. You're spending a year in that team, that organization's
You do learn.
franchise.
I would say Aaron's right. You learn valuable NBA experience whether you play or not.
So that was Donovan Mitchell's response to that quote, and also if his argument is that I'm not a rookie, well then I'm in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
So Donovan Mitchell then responds, listen, I don't want to talk about this anymore, but I'll explain it to you guys like this. Not everyone may be familiar with what a basketball player goes through or whatever, so let me break this down for you guys. Let's say you have an exam, right? And the exam's June 1st. And he gets June 1st of next year to study for it. And I have June 1st of this year to study
that's
for
what I'm
it.
saying, yeah.
He's like, don't you think the guy that has a whole year to study for the exam would do really well on the exam? You would anticipate
I would
him to
hope
do
so.
really well. Right,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's like, that's all I'm saying. And he's like, I'm not taking anything away from him, whatever. It's just he gets more time.
Because they're both doing this,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that they'll split it.
I think so too, because now the NBA, the writers, like whoever
Yeah.
it is that votes on that, isn't well, it was Ben Simmons.
Matter of fact,
It should have been. It should be
Matter of
Ben
fact-
Simmons based on the rules. Like since he's allowed to be
Yeah.
a rookie of the year, it should be Ben Simmons. I think Donovan Mitchell's a real second close. Like I think he would be deserving of Ben Simmons. Any other rookie year, I think Donovan
Yeah.
Mitchell normally wins the rookie of the
yeah.
year. Now I think they have put them in a handcuff. You know what I mean? Whoever votes on it, and it's sort of like they're going to split for the first time ever.
Now I think that they have to split it.
Yeah,
Because I want a rivalry between Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell.
That's a great
for the
idea.
rest of the NBA,
right.
like for the rest of
their
the NBA
careers.
career.
Right.
Bird
Yeah,
and
Bird
Magic. Like
right,
that's
right.
a perfect thing. Like that's what the NBA needs. Like you,
Right.
and then I think
And the
that's
only thing that sucks is Donovan Mitchell plays for like the Utah Jazz. It would be way better if he played for like the Knicks. Or if he
True.
played for
Yeah,
like
somebody.
an
Yeah.
Eastern
Yeah.
Conference team that constantly played Philly.
But at the same time, Bird and Magic didn't play in the same conference,
Yeah,
and it
that's
was a
true.
huge
Right,
rivalry.
right.
That's true.
I
But
think
it's
that-
LA and Boston. I mean, that's
But I also think that like that's why I like watching like the Garnett. Have you been watching those videos they've been replaying like of
yeah.
Garnett and Pierce together
Oh yeah,
hanging
yeah.
out and shit?
Yeah.
And they talk about how like Garnett talks about how he's like, no, we hated everybody, dog. Like I was
Right.
out there to like we're destroying everyone. We're not friends with anybody on the court other
Right.
than who's in the Celtics
Circle. Yeah,
locker room.
Yeah.
And I think that's gone away. And I
Right,
think
right.
that's ruined a lot of that's why I don't like the NBA. I don't want to see LeBron James and fucking Kevin Durant high-fiving after the game.
Yeah, yeah.
well, that's
Right.
I mean,
You want to shake somebody's hand like a man? Fine.
right.
But don't be his best friend. Don't work out with him in the off season.
Right, right. I
Go
don't
do
like the
your
working
thing.
out.
Go
Right.
do your own thing.
Well,
Right.
that's what sucks about the NBA. It's really improving. It's really good right now. It's a shame that their two top players, Kevin Durant and LeBron James, might be the two softest athletes of all time.
Yeah, right.
Just
And they want them to be the rivals. So
Mentally
bad. Like,
soft.
they want that to. They
like
want that to happen.
Kevin
so
Durant
bad.
might be the softest athlete of all time.
Yeah.
He cannot handle anyone saying something bad about him.
Yeah.
Like at all.
But there's a lot of athletes like that. There's a lot of athletes. Like
Yeah, but-
he's not alone.
Yeah, there are, but they're not usually the face of the NBA. Like the two best players in the NBA
Yep.
are quite possibly the two softest athletes.
Not an NBA player, but a baseball player, Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's
He
pretty
was a
soft.
puss.
But like,
Randy Johnson, when he was in New York,
Yeah.
he's an example of a guy that was like mean, dominant, a guy that you feared on the mound, and then you saw him like in New York, and he's just a complete puss.
but like James Harden gets along with a lot of people, but like him being
On the
completely
court, though?
savage on
Yeah,
the
on
court,
the court,
right,
he's
is
nuts.
great for the NBA.
Yeah, he
Russell,
shuts
when
up.
he
Russell Westbrook's the same way.
Yeah, when he shook that dude and made him fall over, and then
Right.
stared at him
Just fucking put the ball
for
on
like
his hip
4
and-
seconds from the 3-point
that.
line,
I love
and
that.
then
And then
made
shoots
it,
it and
and
makes
then
it.
made it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like
you got to make that shot. You have
that's
to.
so
If he
good.
didn't, it would look bad,
so
dude.
good for the NBA.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
LeBron has been playing with a little bit of a mean streak, though.
He's been dunking on everyone.
Yeah.
Just
in
like-
in hard stare downs.
Yeah.
After two, which is crazy. Also, did you see? Maybe it was Donovan Mitchell. Wow. Someone dunked and did the Sean Kemp point to somebody. Did you see that?
No.
It was a couple weeks ago. Maybe like a month or so ago. Dunked on somebody. And he didn't fall over. Like, remember how Sean Kemp went like, "Bah," while he was like, the guy was on the ground. The guy is standing up, and like he's just like gathering the ball, but he yammed on him, and he's just like, and then just like went up court. And I was like, I love that. That's great. I can't remember who it was that did it, but yeah, I think the NBA is really, really good right now. I think that I said it a couple weeks ago, and everyone was like, Dave, come on, it has to be, it has to be. I think the Jazz's coach is going to win Coach of the Year.
No, I genuinely don't. I don't think Brad Stevens is going to win it at all.
Yeah.
Not because I don't think he deserves it. Before all start hopping on
right.
me.
No, yeah.
I just think that like a lot of people, and I still keep hearing people like murmuring Eric Spoelstra again, and I'm like, my god!
But but all the pundits are saying like Brad Stevens is that guy. So like I feel like it might be this year for him. But I think the Jazz coach is
I'm not going to argue with you guys, or you guys think he can't. He's not going to win it because I watched him not get nominated last year. So
yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
If you can't get nominated when your team is in first place,
I'm not even totally against the Jazz guy winning it though. Like they lose their best player last year. They go 48-34, wind up tied for the 4 seed. They lose the 4 seed by shit. It must have been head-to-head matchup with the Thunder. But they're both, we're at 48-34 without 4th, 5th seed in the West with your best player leaving.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's pretty good.
Wait, what was the Thunder's final record?
48-34.
What about the Timberwolves?
48-34.
Really?
No.
Oh.
47-35.
Yeah,
Now-
I won by a game.
Now remember we did this a couple weeks ago. I think I have to go back and listen still. I think we said who gets further.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember. I got to find out.
That's shitty. That's a dumb fucking bet for me to make
That's a bad one.
because. Well, no, are the Timberwolves in the West too?
They're in the West. Yeah. They're the 8th seed.
All right. Well,
So you're
maybe
in good shape.
No, that's good. That's
You're
a
in
good bet,
shape.
man.
You're in good shape.
For a second,
But
I thought the Timberwolves were in the East,
I
and then
feel-
I was like, "Whoa, that would be really dumb."
I feel like it was who wins more games. God, Red Sox leading the Yankees 6-0 at the end of the third.
Yeah.
There it is. I feel like it was who wins more games, and then I think they said, well, what if they tie? Then we'll do who goes the furthest or whatever. So I think you did win. I got to try to find it that.
Who's pitching? Porcello?
Porcello. 6-zip. It's really good.
They've been pitching really well. I mean, outside of the David Price thing, and Eduardo Rodriguez had a rough start.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, they've been pitching.
What's the over-under? I'm looking it up now that someone hit a grand slam today.
Oh,
That's how they got to 6.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
You think another Grand Slam?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Aaron's not looking at it.
No, I'm not. I'm typing. I'm texting my little brother.
I'm going to say I don't think so either.
Mitch Moreland, grand slam.
Really?
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
You son of a bitch. No offense. I didn't mean that towards your mom.
Okay. Wow. All right.
All right.
You just made that more offensive.
You made that more.
I know.
about my
I
mom.
didn't. I just wanted to clarify. I've never met your mom. I'm
That's
sure
true.
she's a wonderful woman.
She is pleasant. 2 doubles.
Two doubles.
2 doubles, basically. Yeah. Let's see. Betts grounded. Oh no. How do we start this here? Sandy Leon single to right. Nunez scored. Bradley to second. Betts hit a sacrifice fly to center. Bradley scored. Leon to third. Benintendi grounded into a fielder's choice to second. While Leon scored. Holt safe at third at a throwing error by second baseman Wade. Benintendi safe at second on the throwing error by second baseman Wade. Moreland singled to left. Jeez, this is all in the second inning here. And then at the bottom of the third, Bradley hit a ground rule double to left. A ground rule double to left?
Ground roll double. Yeah, you
Left
don't know.
field?
It bounces over the.
Over the green monster?
Well, no, it could be one
probably
of
hit
those.
the foul.
Well, I was gonna say could be one of those ones where it has that crazy curve.
Yeah.
And the wind hits it, and it bounces in the field, and then
And
it
it
bounces
goes
into
into
the crowd.
Yeah.
Before it goes.
I was gonna say,
You know what? I didn't even put 2 and 2 together when you said it. I was like, yeah, Dave, it's a fucking crown.
Or they could say the left, but that could be like left center.
Yeah, but
So
that's
like
still a tall
no,
asshole, too, though.
yeah, towards center, but like
Yeah.
you never know.
It probably.
Or they got it
No,
wrong,
I
and
think
it could be
one
the
hopped
right.
over the green. Over the green monster.
That's my bet. That's my guess.
Yep, David Ortiz is standing on top of the stadium, throwing it at the ground.
I think
So it
he
bounces.
probably got real on top of it, spiked off home plate. Boom!
then it looked like a home run.
Right over. Yeah, looked like a home run. Come to find out, it's a ground rule
Yeah.
double. Thanks to the replay.
Who was the pitcher?
Sonny Gray for the Yankees, Porcello for.
Wow,
And that
Sonny
was,
Gray
and that's
fell
a,
the
that
fuck
he's
off, huh?
yeah, man. Since he left, what was it, the A's? Man, he's kind of
I remember last year we were doing
really
this podcast.
wanted
and
Sonny Gray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're sitting there like, God damn, fucking
Yankees got him,
Like,
yeah.
Oh God, this sucked.
I think he was a lot like Sale, that left-handed young pitcher that has some great command.
Absolutely.
And it's just...
He's looking a lot more gray and a lot less sunny.
Yeah. There you go. Touche.
So, yeah, for the Celtics, I say they win this series. I think they could win a second series depending on who they get. They lose in the Eastern Conference Finals. But no, I'm not even going to say that. If they get the Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals, they could beat the Raptors in 7.
You think?
I think they could beat the Raptors in 7.
I think they would.
Marcus Smart will be back probably halfway through round 1.
They would need a really good outing. They'd need a really good showing from both young kids.
Yeah.
For the whole playoffs.
Right. And if they don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think this is still a wildly valuable playoff run for them.
Oh, yeah.
Because any minutes, I think they'll win one series. I think they'll get through Milwaukee with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown being your anticipated highest producers.
Yeah.
Right? Like Al Horford's probably the bigger star.
Terry Rozier, maybe, actually.
Terry Rozier's going to be in that.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. So those 3 guys really are going to be...
Scary Terry.
You
know, is that like a commonly respected nickname for him?
I don't know how common.
Because I've mentioned him as Scary Terry a couple times. People look at me like I've... A lot of times people think I'm referencing the Rick and Morty character.
Like, no, the point guard for the Boston Celtics, Scary Terry.
Both of them, actually.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but then you get some real good playoff minutes for Tatum and Jaylen at 21 and 20 or 20, whatever. They're both 21 now. I don't know. Super young, playoff winning and losing, and especially losing while being the key components of your team. I think that is a really valuable lesson. So in that way, let's say next year they have that, hey, we were the guys. We couldn't get it done. They have nothing to lose in this playoff tournament either.
No, because no one's expecting them to win anything.
So I think that's a great opportunity for them to say, hey, we've already been written off, and everyone's saying, oh, they drew Milwaukee because fucking Miami beat Toronto last night of the season, and Milwaukee got blowed out by the Sixers. And so we would have had Miami up until, like, when I checked the standings yesterday, we had Miami.
Yep.
And then the games happened. Little fucking game flip. We got Milwaukee. I was like, oh, God, I don't love that. Miami, we would have crushed Miami without Kyrie.
Yes.
That would have been in 5, like easy.
Who lost first?
I want to say they were almost like simultaneous.
Because is it a possibility that Toronto flubbed that game against Miami so that the Celtics would get Milwaukee?
Could be.
I will say this. I'll say it now. I think if the Celtics win, it's in 7.
Yep.
And I think they lose to Philadelphia.
Philly
in like 6.
Yeah. I think Philly's peaked too early.
Philly is tough.
Maybe. I just think I think Ben Simmons, the rookie, is going nuts. The point guard rookie.
Right.
I'm going to hammer both of those home. Point guard, and he's a rookie.
They've won 16 games in a row.
It's nuts.
The Sixers.
Yeah.
I feel like they're peaking too early. Which sounds crazy because, like, oh, it's the playoffs. But, like, now when you lose a game, let's say they lose game 1 against the Heat. Not going to happen. But let's say they lose game 1. That team is so young.
Yeah.
And so fragile, potentially. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how do they bounce back from... Because now you've been almost a full calendar month of not losing a game. So what do you do? How do you come back from a loss? And especially in the playoffs. And how do you know what I mean? So I think that team is really, really fragile. If they get down early in games here, or to get down like 2-1 in a series, 3-1, 3-2, something like that, you know what I mean? Will they be able to come back and make it a 7-game series? I don't know. I'm interested by them. You know, obviously they've won 10 straight, or they're 10-0 in their last 10, won 16 straight, which is a wild thing.
I'm starting to get really annoyed with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Just as a city.
Dude, what a year, huh? Imagine if the
If
Sixers
I have
take
to
it.
hear that, like, Titletown, Philadelphia,
If the Sixers take the championship this year,
I couldn't deal with it. They are like
that's a wild.
Philly
Villanova,
fans are like
right?
They're
the worst.
They're the worst right now.
Yeah, they were Boston fans 20 years ago.
They're the worst right now. Oh,
Yeah.
Titletown.
Right. They won 2 championships this year already.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's nuts.
Well, we know the Phillies are going to be good.
Phillies not going to be good, but they're 5-5. So
And their manager is insane.
yeah, Gabe Kapler.
He's a crazy
getting
person.
buried.
Yeah.
And Alex Cora looks like the right hire, huh?
Yeah,
After-
actually. And Aaron might have hit it on the head with the Yankee hire.
Aaron Boone. Clobbered.
Also, do you guys know that there's a basketball rookie like getting drafted this year named Aaron Holiday?
No. Didn't know that. Is it spelt right?
It's only one L.
Well, then he doesn't count.
But it's Drew Holiday's younger brother.
Still doesn't count.
Aaron Holiday's second cousin.
Aaron Holiday. I read the name. I was like, interesting.
Huh. Got anything you want to tell me? Come clean about some things, huh?
Once again, like I said,
Whenever he plays basketball, he drops an L from his name.
It's a fucking single L. Because
no.
they can hold the other one. That's what you should say.
They can. Okay.
That should be your thing.
No.
That would be it.
No.
Just do this.
My name's
No,
Aaron-
you know what I
my
got a
name's
lot.
Aaron
I got
Holiday. I got 2 L's, but you can hold the other one.
nope. I got a lot of.
Boom! Roasted.
I got a lot of. Are you related to
Tuck
Matt,
in the fist.
to Matt Holiday? And I'm like, not at all.
Yeah. I didn't get that. I got
Dawson's Creek.
Phil Dawson, kicker for the Niners, punter, whatever. You know him? I was like, yeah,
Yes.
that's my father.
Yeah, I saw him at the Dawson convention last year.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
the Dawson convention every
Nice.
year.
I would have been like, nice. Yeah, family reunions all the time.
Where do you hold it? Dawson's
He's a
Creek.
great punter.
I
Great
just go
punter.
deep. I just go deep, and he just kicks it.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a-
like net 59.
It's a great
He's so
thing
good.
about having Policarpo as the last name.
Yeah, you don't get that a lot.
Nope, not a
Don't get
lot.
that a
There's a
lot.
pope. There's a candidacy for pope. Some guy
Yeah,
who's a cardinal or something like that
Yeah.
with the last name Policarpo. That's the only
nice,
related?
semi-famous.
You know?
Nope. I think his name's actually Jose Policarpo.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I usually get, are you related to Doc Holliday? And then I go, yes, that's my dad. And then they go,
Nice.
he died in the 1800s. I'm like, different Doc Holliday.
Right. Oh, gotcha.
There you go.
I didn't realize your dad's name was actually Doc.
Yes.
That's cool. I thought you were saying you said it to them like sarcastically,
No.
but come to find out,
He also doesn't like the "What's up, Doc?" from
No?
Bugs Bunny. When I was a kid, I used to love that. I'm like, he says your name. What's up, Doc? He's like, don't say that to me. I'm like, okay.
tell him he's got some snoo on his shirt.
No, I used to just tell him, okay, Dad, and then move on with my life.
That bums me.
It did. It bummed me. So, are we going to talk about Lamar Jackson,
Yeah,
the newest fucking Patriot?
kind of.
Not yet.
We hope.
Not yet.
We
I
can
actually
hope.
have a feeling he's going to go.
I think he's going to go higher than people think.
NFL draft hot take. I actually think Lamar Jackson's going to go significantly higher than
Yeah.
the Patriots pick.
I think somebody's going to panic in the first
Yeah,
round and
yeah.
just take him.
Yeah,
I think the Browns go Saquon Barkley and then Lamar Jackson at 4.
that's
I don't think so.
Dave. That is wildly. That is such a. That I don't even want to call it a hot take. It's just wrong.
It's just
It's
the
just
Browns
a-
are
it's
going
just
to
a
Brown.
wrong take.
Browns are going to Brown. What do you think of the take that the Browns might take 2 quarterbacks and hold one hostage?
That's also a bad take.
Really
Who said
bad
that?
move. There's some speculation.
Those people don't know what they're talking about.
That
They're
they
going to
might-
take Sam Darnold with the first pick, and
Yeah.
then probably best player available at 4, or possibly traded away.
Yeah.
I think they'll trade it down to like 10 or whomever.
The 4th pick.
Yeah. And then they'll just
think they're
get
gonna
like
keep
a
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
They'll
That's
just
like the
accumulate a
Giants-
shit ton of
the
picks
Gi-
and then be like, all right, we're taking everybody
The
left.
Giants are either going to take Saquon, the second pick, or they're going to trade it away.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 options. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback. I really don't.
I don't disagree with you. I think that's a possibility. I think they're stupid to not take a quarterback, but I also am very weird about taking quarterbacks that high in the first round.
Yeah.
I think they like that kid that they took last year, Davis Webb.
That's what John keeps telling me. He's like, well, it's just unknown. I'm like, well, I do know something. They sat Eli Manning, and it wasn't even to see what Davis Webb has.
No, it was.
I'm like, so
that was
that's
a wild thing.
Yeah. So, like, do you know what he has? Like, or the fact that you don't know
That you
or
just
saying
went
you
straight
don't
to
know?
Geno Smith instead would
Instead of
tell you
Davis
that
Webb, like,
Davis Webb is just not
Probably
ready.
not that guy. I don't know.
You never know, though. He could be one of those guys that like had a nicked up injury,
Yeah.
and they just said, if we have to play him,
That
we
would
can.
that would have been a smart move to sign Teddy Bridgewater for that team.
Yes.
Who wound up picking him up? I missed the actual
Jets.
center.
The Jets
Oh,
did.
the Jets did. Jets did.
The Jets re-signed McCown and then signed Teddy Bridgewater. It's actually
So-
it's actually a wildly smart move for the Jets.
So they're also going to take...
And they're also going to take a rookie quarterback.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
You don't have anything till you have a quarterback.
Yeah, but when you got 3 quarterbacks, you don't have any.
They're also saying that
they're saying is if
they're
you
saying
have
that
2
the Browns
quarterbacks, you don't have any.
They're saying the Browns are going to draft 2 quarterbacks and then hold some other team hostage.
That's what I just
yeah.
said. Yeah.
Like that's insane.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That's crazy.
Like they say that's a possibility, but the other thing is like then you say like the same situation like if you franchise tag Jimmy G, teams are gonna look at you and go, yeah, you have to trade him now,
right. His value goes way down.
But at the same time, you could say to them, yeah, well, we made fun of the fucking Washington Redskins for taking 2 quarterbacks in the same draft,
right?
But look what happened there.
Yeah,
one was a rookie of the year, and then they happened to luck into a second one.
Yeah, but they didn't take 2 quarterbacks. Literally 3 picks apart. They took
no. I'm not. But that's but it's that mentality of we think we have 2 quality quarterbacks,
right?
And we happen to get them both in like 4 different rounds.
The Jets are just doing the same thing the Browns are. The Browns are going to take Sam Darnold with the first pick. Mm-hmm. They're going to sit him a year behind Tyrod Taylor, or like half a year.
Yeah, but why McCown too?
The Jets are. I would not be surprised.
They love McCown.
I would not be surprised if McCown doesn't play a game for the Jets this year.
Do you mean be on the roster?
No, he'll be on the roster.
Yeah,
but he won't.
No, Bridgewater's going to play.
Bridgewater will be the starter.
Right.
McCown will essentially be a quarterback's coach.
Right.
And he will usher that rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
And Bridgewater.
That's just a lot of capital.
Because McCown is like widely respected as one of the smartest like quarterback room guys.
Yeah.
And he's really good like helping out young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I think Johnny Manziel said he would have never even made it as far as he did if it wasn't for Josh McCown on the Browns at the time.
Yeah.
So he's really good like with young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So they brought him back.
Yeah.
Brought Bridgewater, who's still a young quarterback, in to be their gap quarterback. He's only signed to a 1-year deal.
Right.
McCown's only signed to a 1-year deal.
I also think Bridgewater is another example of, hey, you've been a rookie first-round pick. Mm-hmm. You come in, you show this guy kind of like, hey, there's going to be some pitfalls to being a rookie quarterback taken, not started right away, and then you get thrown into it.
Yeah.
Also, potentially, what they do is, they play. You have McCown coaching up the kid. You play Bridgewater first 6 weeks.
Yeah.
He's looked really good. Let's say.
Yeah.
Trade him away.
No, I dig it.
Then start playing your rookie.
Now, New York Jets being in the media that they are, Bridgewater plays, and he's really bad for 6 weeks.
They're going to constantly call for the rookie.
It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's going to be
especially when that rookie's like Baker Mayfield.
Right.
But like
that's probably who the Jets are going to get.
Yeah.
But if they
Josh
do,
Rosen. Those are probably the 2.
But if they do, like the Jets have no problem with that. Like the Jets as an organization, they're like, we've already blown this up. Mm-hmm. We've gotten rid of a lot of our older players that had huge, financial burden on our team.
Right.
Like, didn't they get rid of like their whole defensive line that was like the best defensive line in the league?
Muhammad Wilkerson's gone.
Yeah,
Sheldon Richardson's been gone.
Yeah.
Like
they're getting rid.
They have Leonard Williams still, who was like their rookie a couple years ago.
Yeah. But they unloaded a lot of
people, a lot of cap. Yeah. And that was the other thing I was going to say is like we saw how much Jimmy G and all those guys are getting paid to say that you're taking up a lot of cap space. Yeah, but if you're only and I know this is like wild crazy talk. If you're spending $30 million on 3 quarterbacks,
right? No, I didn't.
It's in comparison, not as bad.
I didn't mean cap space. I meant capital. Like total
roster spots.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean. So now you got 3 quarterbacks, and some people carry 3, and it's not the most uncommon thing in the world. But now if you got whatever fucking Darnold or whoever Mayfield, whoever it's going to be gets paid, plus Bridgewater, plus McCown, seems like a lot of money. 2 of them are coming off the books next year, which isn't bad. That's it's good. It's free money for you next year.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if McCown
seems like a lot. It just feels like a lot for a team that doesn't really have a good quarterback.
I think they're just investing a lot of capital this year into the quarterback position. To ensure the future.
Yeah.
So either Bridgewater or the rookie hits.
Yeah.
Hopefully. You know what I mean?
It just feels wildly risky.
And then odds are they probably let Bridgewater walk or they trade him away.
Yeah.
And then they I wouldn't be surprised if McCown, even if he doesn't play football like at all this year, like if he doesn't step on the field, if he's signed again back to the Jets as just like as a backup / mentor to.
Right.
I really think it's going to be Baker Mayfield there.
I just think, all right, so what if...
That's crazy.
Broadway Baker,
I'm
baby.
not saying...
Broadway... I love that nickname, too. Broadway Baker.
That's pretty cool. The way that we always say Browns are going to Brown,
Yeah.
I feel that way about the Jets. I think the Jets are such an irrelevant fucking franchise, right? So
Yeah. I just think the quarterback... What they did with the quarterback position this year...
I think it's wildly risky. I don't like it.
No?
I don't like it. Because it's not like Bridgewater is like some scorched earth quarterback. He was really good when he played, but what is he now? We don't know. No one knows.
No one knows how, if the knee set him back, if he's
Right.
anywhere near as athletic as he was.
Baker Mayfield, probably Broadway Baker, will be a rookie, and who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Chad McCown is Chad McCown, okay? So he's pretty average or what, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel like they have this isn't Brady Garoppolo where you have Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So if Garoppolo doesn't work, we have Tom Brady. And if Tom Brady becomes 40 and he's not that good anymore, then we have Jimmy Garoppolo. We have Teddy Bridgewater, we hope, kinda, maybe, whatever he is. And we have Chad McCown, and we know that he's been around or whatever, and then now we got Baker Mayfield, and we really have no idea what the hell he is. So it just feels like they're throwing a bunch of spaghetti against the wall. And
But the thing
sticks,
is,
you know what I mean?
the common theory in the NFL is if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have anything.
That's true, but
So-
the common theory also is if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have any.
But the
And they have
idea,
three
there are like professional scouts and GMs who think if you don't have a quarterback, some think that you should almost draft a quarterback every round of the NFL draft until you get one.
That's true.
Because you don't have anything unless you have a quarterback.
But I also don't.
But the thing
buy
is,
that concept either.
you're treating it as if they have two quarterbacks, right, for the season. Like they're both going to play. I don't.
No. Well, no. I don't mean that. I just mean I think both of them will probably be pretty equal. You know what I mean? Like Baker Mayfield may be as good as Bridgewater was.
You have to commit.
Yeah. No, you got to commit.
Bridgewater is our quarterback for the year, and
Yeah.
Baker's going to sit.
But what if he's terrible?
Then you don't have two quarterbacks anymore. You have one.
Yeah. And then Then you throw Baker Mayfield out to an 0-16.
You throw him to the Wolves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then that just seems like you put all this work in to invest, and like you said, it's all 1 year deals, so the money comes off. But it just
That's
feels
why I think
like
it's smart. They
the
didn't sign any long term
deals, which makes sense. But it just feels like if you wind up playing Baker Mayfield week 6 because Bridgewater blows, then what'd you do? You know what I mean? Like Bridgewater
bought him 6 weeks of time to learn.
Yeah,
I also feel like it's the same situation that they had with, what's his name, Geno Smith, where it's like they fucked up
right.
in the way they handled him.
Right.
I think if you bring in all these quarterbacks and you kind of just say, listen, there's a possibility we're going to take a quarterback in the top end of the draft.
Right. Because they just traded
And you're going to have to, you're essentially either going to compete or you're going to win the job.
Right.
Like you're either going to compete with this kid and show him how to do it.
Right.
Or you're going to win the job and we're going to, just 2 years down the road, have to move on from the guy.
Right.
And you're our guy. But that's what we're going to do. I think that's what they're going to, that conversation probably went with Teddy Bridgewater because he's so young.
Right.
But I also feel like it's like you said, it's throwing them against the wall and seeing what sticks. But if you have nothing else, it can't be any worse. Like,
what they got, right.
What are you going to do? Go out and get freaking, Tim Tebow off the fucking Mets or fucking Colin Kaepernick that apparently can't get a workout because he can't commit to anything?
Right.
He's so wishy-washy?
I just feel like also they traded a pretty penny to get into that pick.
Yeah.
So now
Chubbs?
the same situation would apply if they didn't have Bridgewater McCown, mind you. If Mayfield doesn't work, now you don't have next year to make
You
it
get
work
fired.
either. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like,
Right.
That's what when you trade that much to get to a quarterback,
Right.
I'm attaching myself to you, so either you work or we both lose our job.
Right.
But the
What
thing is,
pick do they have?
third.
Third?
Yeah.
So
I don't think Baker Mayfield's going third, though.
I would almost, if the Giants trade the pick,
If 4 out of 5 quarterbacks or 4 quarterbacks go into the top 5
are going to go within the top 6 picks.
Yeah.
and then I think Mayfield's one of them.
The Jets are a guaranteed quarterback, and someone is going to literally trade the franchise to number 2 to the Giants.
Yeah.
I think it's the Bills. I think the Bills literally trade the franchise to the Giants to move up to 2 and take the kid from Wyoming.
I know
Josh
this
Allen.
is stupid to say. As a Pats fan, I hope they don't do that.
I don't want them to do that either.
Not because two things. I don't want the fucking Giants to have anything. As I'm tired of hearing about how we got this down the pipe, and we got, obviously not John, but other Giants fans that love to
you know
tell
what
me
they won't have though?
a quarterback.
Yeah, because they didn't. They traded out, but they potentially could have.
No,
no. But if they trade out at 2, they won't have Saquon Barkley either.
No,
they'll get a lineman, and then they'll get another lineman probably.
I mean, depends on where they trade out of.
So, right.
They'll get if they trade with Buffalo, they'll at least get 12 and 23, 22.
Yeah.
22.
Well, they could
12. Then you're going to end
Jackson.
up. I was going to say you could still. Yeah, I was going to say they might be the hey, we're going to take Lamar Jackson, and then freaking have him learn for a year behind.
That would be
Eli.
wild.
That would be horrible.
That'd be wild to do. Because why not just take the quarterback at 2?
Well, then you get another first-round pick, too. Get yourself a lineman.
But
And maybe hypothetically, he is the quarterback you want.
Yeah,
you don't
what
need
if-
to overpay for him.
but
That's like Danny Ainge with Tatum.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
if he's the guy that you wanted the whole time,
right. Yeah, but if they're like, we really want, what's his name, Allen?
Allen.
If they're like, we really want Allen.
If you really want anyone other than Sam Darnold,
Right.
you stay at 2.
Yeah. Or we want Rosen, and then they're like, well, you know what? They're going to give us enough. Fuck it. We'll just wind up with Lamar Jackson.
Rosen,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And that's
If you look at it and you look and you're like, listen, they're 1A and 1B to us. We can win with either one.
I don't think you should do that. Like, I'm fine with saying like whoever falls to us for any position other than quarterback. If you really like a quarterback, you should do what you can to get the quarterback.
That's
True.
That's
I mean,
true.
it's true. I just think if you know hypothetically you've made all the calls, everyone's called you for that pick.
Yeah.
You kind of know where everyone in that area that you're going to drop into is also looking for whatever. And if they know that they're not getting that second pick, they're going to have to, change gears.
I don't think the Giants actually want to trade out of 2. I think the price is just going to get too rich for them not to trade out of 2.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to turn into a bidding war. Miami's going to be interested in moving up.
Is it crazy?
Arizona is going to be interested in moving up.
Is it crazy to me that I wish they had gotten if they had last year just said, we'll give you Jimmy G for next year's first round pick.
I know, yeah.
We don't need one this year. We don't need 2. We just want your next year. And then you have that ability to be Belichick's sitting there with literally the golden ticket and goes,
right.
give me the Herschel Walker deal and and we'll move on from the number 1 pick.
Yeah. You control what was it? You control the dialogue of the city.
Yeah.
You control the entire draft.
Oh, yes, you do.
I went back and listened to that Mike Dyer interview they did on Dave Speaks.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the Brooklyn Nets fleece job, that Danny Ainge did. And I think, this isn't a wild take, but I think in 15 years, that will be remembered as the Herschel Walker deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you look at all the moving pieces around it, getting Kyrie for the Brooklyn pick and Isaiah Thomas or whatever, the last one, then it's they turned a fucking 37-year-old Paul Pierce or whatever and a 38-year-old KG and
Jason Terry
into Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and
Kyrie Irving.
It's crazy. That's a crazy thing.
And because of those pieces, you could essentially say
They got Gordon
Hayward and Al
right.
Horford too.
Right. Even though without Kyrie, that really was Isaiah.
Yeah.
Isaiah was the reason that happened. And then there's another thing. I was having a conversation with my buddy, too, about Brad Stevens, to kind of button that conversation up.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy at the amount of success. I think we talked about this a little bit. The amount of success of the people that come to Boston.
And then leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Was it you that was saying that? Jay Crowder was what in the NBA before?
He was a middling bench guy.
Yeah, kind of a nice little role player.
He wasn't even a
Yeah,
sixth
he was
man.
He was a role player for the Mavericks.
Yep. And then what was Isaiah Thomas before he came?
Sixth man at best.
Yeah, he was a sixth man for the Suns and the Kings, and he got traded a bunch of times.
Part of a point guard rotation.
Yeah, right. And one where they had 3 point guards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just seemed crazy. And then both those guys get traded twice.
Avery Bradley.
Avery Bradley traded twice after, or has played on 2 teams since leaving Boston, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, everybody doesn't stick at their next place, which is a wild thing.
Well, it's the same way with, like, when we talk about Belichick trading a guy a year before.
Yeah.
Like, just whatever reason, he trades him a year before they just, like... And not even that, like, Richard Seymour fell off.
No.
He just ended up with the Oakland Raiders.
Right.
Like, it's not like Jamie Collins where
Richard
he got
Seymour was
traded
still
to the
good.
Browns, and then he became...
They hate him.
Yeah.
They hate him out
And they
there, which is
paid the
crazy.
fuck out
Yeah,
of him.
he got caked up. They
Oh,
don't
Chandler
like him.
Jones.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But, like, he's...
Well, he's been good.
He's been good,
Yeah.
but it hasn't converted to wins
I
for...
also don't think Belichick wanted to trade Chandler Jones. He did it after Chandler Jones got in trouble. But I don't think he wanted...
Yeah.
I think if Chandler Jones never takes his shirt off and runs into a police station, that he gets traded to that.
I also think Chandler Jones wanted to get paid the following year, like
Yeah.
a big-time
Yeah.
DN.
That's why I think...
I think it's a lot like the Cooks
I think
deal.
it was both of those.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think it was a lot like the Cooks deal from a money standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, I could use you this year, but then I'll lose you next year for nothing. You know what I mean? So I'd rather lose you and get something for you than use you.
And they got, like, what, a second...
They got a second-round pick and then the offensive lineman,
Yeah.
Jonathan Cooper,
And then they
which never played
got
a game for
hurt
the
and then
Patriots.
got cut and then...
Yeah.
He got cut or
And
traded.
then he went back to the...
And then
And he
for-
went back to Cardinals, and then he ended up somewhere else, too.
And then for the Cooks, they got a first-round pick who they could potentially use on Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
What do we think about Lamar Jackson?
I'll take him.
For the first?
I'll take
Well, which
for the 23rd
pick?
For the 23rd pick? in the draft?
I don't want to spend the 23rd pick on Lamar Jackson.
I'll take it.
I'd take him with your first, second round pick.
I'm starting to think that they will take Lamar Jackson with the 23rd pick. I don't want to.
Yeah?
I would rather take him with the 31st pick.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather than pick him with their 7th round pick or whatever, but I don't know.
I think they can. I don't think he's even going to be there at 23.
I'm not sure he'll be there at 23 either.
If he's there at 23, I think he'll be there at 31. Is that weird?
I see what you're saying.
I think he's either going to go
Yeah.
really early or
Yeah.
like last pick of the first round.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be a lot like how it is every year, where it's like a team wants to trade up to get him, and
Yeah.
Belichick's going to be like, "Give me 2 seconds in your first 2 years from now."
Do you believe the Lamar Jackson to the Patriot type?
Yeah, supposedly,
The
there's the quote, right?
the quote that
All right,
basically
After
Belichick
Deshaun
said,
Watson torched his defense.
I want
a guy
Lamar.
like
I want Lamar
him.
Jackson.
I want Lamar Jackson.
But
yeah.
do you think any of this is like dog and pony show?
Of course,
to
I
try
absolutely
and
believe it is.
get someone to take Lamar Jackson and he'll be like, "Yeah, I'll take Kyle Allen from Rice. That's who I wanted the whole time." You
Right.
dumb fucks.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
think
him. I'll take him second pick of the second round or whatever.
If they don't take Lamar Jackson
yeah.
with 23 or whatever, they're going to go Kyle Allen.
they had your boy, the quarterback from Oklahoma State, in
I
for a
really
workout,
like Mason
and
Rudolph.
his wide receiver.
I really like
His
Mason
wide receiver
Rudolph.
was nasty. He was good. If you could draft them 21 and 30 or 20, what is
30
it?
and 31.
23 and 31,
Yeah.
unreal.
Unreal.
I'd be like, okay, well,
I've been,
Okay.
he's outsmarted me. All right.
I've been listening to a lot of like draft like podcasts and coverage and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the general narrative on Mason Rudolph has just been kind of like,
Blech.
Yeah, he might be one of those guys that like he could fall to them at like 31, and they just go,
it's like
got him.
He does this. This is the exact like quote from like one of the scouts is like, he does everything good. He doesn't do anything great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
But fuck, I'll take someone who just does everything
Everything
good.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need him to be special at anything.
Right. That's true. I'm gonna touch back on this because we didn't do it last week.
Yep.
There it is.
Did you turn it up?
That is my apologies. A couple weeks ago, Aaron gave me a couple social media second ideas, and I posted one up, and one will be posted for next week. Kind of get into, now that the playoffs have started, we'll get into that. Which new Patriots acquisition is least likely to make the team? Now, the winner of this makes my hoo-ha hard because my buddy just told me a story about this guy, and I'll tell you guys after. On air.
So who
on
won?
air. So the options were Adrian Claiborne, Jeremy Hill, Cordell Patterson, Jason McCourty. Cordell Patterson wins the vote.
Oh, are you going to tell the story about what Belichick said about him?
Yes.
Did you hear this?
No.
It makes my ding-ding
Who did I vote for?
I think
you
I voted
for
Jeremy
Cordell
Hill.
Patterson.
Okay, so I won.
I think I voted for Jeremy Hill.
You won, but you're going to be wrong.
That's fine. I get it. I get it. I know he likes him a lot.
Yeah.
Belichick said... Cordell Patterson said that Belichick told him that...
Next Randy Moss.
No, not quite that. But
What?
I think we do... What was his exact quote? Like,
We're going to turn you into the receiver.
we do... What we do here is, like, we turn people into, like, their best or whatever. And we're going to unlock, like, your true... like
Your true self.
Your true player. Like,
your true potential. And
Yeah.
everything. Like, yeah. You tell him basically along the lines, we're going to make you the receiver you should have been in this NFL.
I think he just said the player.
Or should have been the player.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, my buddy Matt told me that, and he was like, dude,
And
I'm
then
real excited about Patterson for you guys. I'm like, Patterson? He just sent me this today. I'm like, Patterson? He's like, yeah, your new wide receiver. And I'm like, oh, like our second to newest wide receiver? Like, this it's
Yeah.
old news or whatever. And he's like, yeah, Belichick said that he wanted to turn him into the player that he should be, whatever. I was like, I am so aroused. Like, that is a wild thing. And he says, yeah, that's pretty crazy. So then we get on the phone, we're talking, and he says, now what if, like, he never plays a game for you, right? 3 years goes by, he's out of the league, completely shut down, like just blackballed by the NFL. And then they say, hey, Bill, whatever happened with Cordell Patterson? Like, what do you mean? He's like, well, he said you were going to turn him into the player that he belonged, that he deserved to be. He says, I did. Just like, but he had a 29-yard kick return average, though.
Yeah.
He's pretty good kick returner. He's like, what if he just like
He
totally
turns him
just
into
shuns him like,
or just turns him into like a safety.
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
You're
all
the
done.
next guy.
You're all
Chung's
done.
hurt. We're bringing him in.
Yeah, the thing is, I just
He's
think
shutting people down.
people read into it the wrong way, and the player that Cordell Patterson should be is like Bill Belichick's starting gunner for the next 5 years.
Right,
Yeah. No,
He's
gonna-
like, no,
yeah.
I did that.
No,
he's
yeah.
my starting gunner.
Yeah, no, he's going to be
phenomenal.
the next team captain.
Right.
When
Matt Slater.
when Matt Slater
Yeah.
leaves.
Come to find out, he can kick extra points real well. Steven Gostkowski will still be the kicker because he's got a boot on him. But Cordell Patterson, extra point money. You don't got to worry about Gostkowski anymore.
He's been the best holder for us for the past 5 years. It's the player he should be.
So yeah, Cordell Patterson won the vote. Jeremy Hill was second.
That's who I voted for.
I had Adrian Claiborne as mine.
I remember you saying that about Adrian
On the year.
Claiborne.
Yeah. And I don't actually think like he's
I
not going to
hope
be a
not.
Patriot, but I just feel like he's that kind of. When they signed him, I was like,
It's
he
the
rubs me
Cody
as the kind
Ely
of guy that's
thing.
cut.
Cody Ely.
But the
He's a
difference
Cody
is
Ely.
Coney Ely, they traded like a 4th round pick for.
Yeah.
I think Belichick's more willing to take a chance on a guy like that.
Yeah.
Like giving up a 4th or a 5th
And then just cutting him.
and cutting him versus a guy that he paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't. Yeah, but they paid, and
They didn't pay him a lot,
That's
but
why
they
I
paid him
voted-
enough.
That's why I voted for Jeremy Hill, because they paid Jeremy Hill so little that it's just. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
like-
it makes. But that's also like perfect for Belichick. He's like, what does he average? 3 yards a carry? Keeping him.
Not
He's
bad.
money.
Now, what do you guys think of Jordan Matthews?
I was going to ask you about that. He's like a tight end sized wide
Slot
receiver.
He's a slot receiver.
Yeah.
He's a slot
He's
receiver. He's like
Larry-
But he's
6'4",
massive.
It's like Larry
6'5".
Fitzgerald.
And
Yeah.
he's thick.
Right.
Like
It's
he's
like
real thick.
Larry
He's like
Fitzgerald playing the slot.
220,
That's
230.
exactly what we said last week before he actually signed.
Yeah.
We had the same conversation.
Yeah.
We said the same thing, and then he said, yeah, it's like Larry Fitzgerald. And he said, yeah, but I think that Larry Fitzgerald's better than...
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Yeah,
way
no,
better.
Yeah.
but that's what he
I
is.
just had
But
my
he-
deja vu, but that's because of actually having-
Size-wise, he is
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald. I mean,
Yeah.
size position-wise, he's the current incarnation of Larry
I
Fitzgerald.
love that signing.
I just don't know how he fits.
I think more than Brandon Cooks did.
I also think
Yes, but Edelman is.
I think he's...
Is this your replacement for Danny Amendola?
Yes. Danny Amendola's replacement, and he's bigger, thicker. He can take those hits that Danny would get hit in like game 2, and you wouldn't see him till the playoffs.
The thing is-
or Edelman.
The thing is with Jeremy
Jordan
Hill.
Matthews. Yeah.
Jordan Hill.
Jordan Matthews.
Jordan. The thing
Let's
with
give him every name.
Just
the
don't
thing,
bum me.
The thing with Jordan Matthews is he's got an injury history similar to Danny Amendola.
Right,
Like, he
right.
gets hurt a lot,
Yeah.
Now, also, his rookie year, he was the number 2 wide receiver for the Eagles as wideout.
and he was good.
He was good.
Yeah.
And he's kind of converted into the slot receiver. I think that Patriots wide receivers typically just play everywhere. Like Julian Edelman's
Yes.
a slot receiver, but he plays outside the hash marks fucking all the time.
I think,
So-
and I
He
think,
lines up his quarterback.
and I think that'll throw people off if you put Matthews and Edelman on the same side and put Edelman
Right.
on the outside.
And then Matthews inside, and
Yeah.
then you could have him run an outside route and Edelman come,
Yeah.
like cross over the middle, whatever. You could do a bunch of different things. But I also think Matthews can play outside wide receiver. It's not like he's limited to only. It's not like he's a Danny Amendola body type. Where like, oh,
I think-
this guy needs to run around in the middle somewhere. He can fucking take it deep on the outside too. You know what I mean?
I also think
I don't know how fast
You know
he
how
is.
we were talking about like you always go, oh, we're gonna have big tight ends to be able. Now you can go the 2 tight end and a wide receiver
Right.
and run like a big setup where you have 2 tight ends and just 1 wide receiver, and he's big enough to just block a guy.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see him a lot in like red zone situations.
I was gonna say that
where-
helps too. You have Britt, him, Gronk. You have like that's a lot of meat
Right.
in the
now-
red zone.
And if you go back and look, a lot of times when the Patriots lose a playoff game, they modeled their teams that they lost to strength into they like implement it. So like they lost the AFC Championship to Denver with Keeb Talib and Chris Harris.
Uh-huh.
They went out and signed Darrell Revis and Brandon Browner.
Yeah.
Right. They rebolstered their secondary. They lose to the Eagles, and they don't play Malcolm Butler because there's a matchup issue. They're bigger wide receivers,
Yeah.
and they had small secondary, so they played their bigger secondary. They let go of Brandon Cooks. They let Danny Amendola walk,
They get rid of their small receivers.
and they keep Kenny Britt.
Yeah.
and they acquire Jordan Matthews.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, so now they have a guy that's 6'3", 6'4", and you know what I mean, like on their lineup. So, and then the what's the tight end that they picked up too that you really like?
Troy Nicholas.
Troy Nicholas.
He's
Another
what 6'4", 6'5"?
6'6". Like,
Big,
he's big.
big
He's
dude.
6'6". Yeah, he's like
Second
big
round
6'6".
pick, I think.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he just hasn't really played
He hadn't played much, right?
really injury
But
prone.
imagine going 5 wide, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Gronk out there. You got Edelman out there. You got Matthews out there.
Yeah.
You get another tight end out there.
Right.
Nicholas, let's
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And then you have James White,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can do that thing where you just morph.
Right.
Now it's a tight two tight end set.
Yep.
Or it's, James White split out wide,
Right. Which you can
Gronk
do.
split out wide,
Right.
Nicholas on the line, and Edelman
Right.
and Matthews in the slot.
Right.
And you're within 10 yards of the end zone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you run an Edelman sweep.
Yeah. Cordero Patterson instead of
Right.
Jordan Matthews run a sweep with him.
Right. Right. Yeah. I think it's interesting.
Now put Lamar Jackson at quarterback. You
Right.
run a read option on the sweep.
And you're real screwed up.
Yeah.
Right. And then what was the year they just lost to? Was it Denver with Von Miller and they had a pretty good linebacking core there? So they had like Wolf too.
Yeah,
on their
that was
D-line?
the year when Denver had like the best defense. That was the year they lost to Denver. They lost to Denver the first year when they had the best offense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Peyton and
Yeah. But that was like DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller. That's where they loaded up.
the second time they lost to Denver was like Keep to leave Chris Harris,
Yeah,
Von Miller. They had like one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Right.
Or, like the best defense in the NFL and one of the best defenses in like the history of the NFL.
Right. So then that year, but I think that's also close. I could be wrong about the timing on this, but
That's the year before they won the Super Bowl with the Seahawks against the Seahawks.
So is that the Chandler Jones rookie year? Dante Hightower? Is that when they traded up and got some defensive line help? Where Wolf and Von Miller
That's the year
beat him? Am I wrong about that?
the Pats won the Super Bowl. Seattle.
Yeah.
Then who won?
Chandler Jones and Hightower were on that team.
Then who won next year?
The Broncos won Super Bowl 50. And then 51, the Patriots won, and 52, they lost.
The Broncos won the next year.
Yeah. Because they went and lost to the Seahawks
The year before.
the year before. So they beat us in the AFC Championship the year before.
That was the year they had
Yeah.
the really good offense, and then they got demolished
Right. Yep.
by the Seahawks.
Yep.
Then the Pats beat the Seahawks.
But I think that draft is the year that they drafted Chandler Jones and Dante Hightower, right?
might be.
Yeah. And that was the team that they beat them because remember Eric Wolf was all over Tom Brady. I don't know if Eric's his name.
Derek.
But Derek Wolf.
Derek Wolf.
And then because that's when they loaded up, but they also grabbed Marcus Ware. Their offense was killer that year, but they had a bunch of defensive pieces or whatever. And then the second time that they beat them, that's when it was Peyton Manning was a shell of himself.
But the defense was unbelievable.
The defense was unbelievable. Yeah.
That's when they had meatloaf or roast beef or pot roast.
Pot roast, yeah. Terrence Knightley, yeah.
That they brought in and then cut.
Yeah. But I think that'd be interesting. I bet if you go back and look at playoff losses for the Patriots, see what the strengths were of that team, and see how the Patriots drafted
that fits into the narrative that Belichick saw Deshaun Watson torch him.
Yeah.
But I said this to Aaron before you showed up.
Yeah.
That thing where he's like, I watched Deshaun Watson torch my defense, and I was like, I need to get Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
You watch Nick Foles torch your defense in the Super Bowl, so I just get, a guy like the doofy face.
Yeah.
Cite Eli Manning.
Yeah. That's true. Well, was it Nick Foles, though?
He had a good game.
He did have a good game.
I just think there's
people open all day.
I actually think Belichick has been trending towards a Lamar Jackson type quarterback.
Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett.
Think about it.
Yeah, right.
Jimmy Garoppolo can move.
Well, the league is moving to that.
I know, but Jimmy Garoppolo is not. He's not a Tom Brady type quarterback.
So he's more like an Aaron Rodgers.
He can move. He can stretch a play. He can move out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett is a more evolved form of that. Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson would be the most evolved form of that.
Right.
This is a guy who can he literally jumps over people and throws the ball. He's like the second coming of Michael Vick.
Right. Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know. I think it could be a great player. I just think drafting him too high could put too much, lack of a better word. I think no matter what, you're going to be a lot of pressure being the guy that's going to follow up Tom Brady.
I like taking him, actually. I think the Patriots are the perfect place for him, where he's not going to play right away.
Yeah.
He's going to sit. He's going to learn.
From Tom Brady. Tom Brady knows he can't win his job.
There's a great statistic about Lamar Jackson. Because a lot of people say, well, he's inaccurate, he can't throw.
His wide receivers led all 100 and whatever schools in the NCAA in drops.
He was the most accurate quarterback out of all the big quarterbacks in the draft.
Yeah.
When targeting his second read. He was also the quarterback that went to his second read the most often out of all the big quarterbacks. And he made more pre-snap adjustments at the line and ran a more complicated offense than most of the guys that are picked before him.
I also feel like Belichick looks at him and goes, he's the guy that also turned down the opportunity of going really high the year before. Mm-hmm. He was the Heisman winner.
Right.
And then came back for his senior year. Right? Senior, not junior?
I think so.
Yeah. Came back for his senior year to learn more. To say flat out, I want to still, there's more that I need to accomplish.
He's a dink, though.
Who is?
Lamar Jackson.
Is he? Wonderlic score
was really low.
9?
13.
13? Yeah,
13.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Real low.
By comparison, Josh Allen had the highest, I think, out of the quarterbacks. His was a 37. And most of the other quarterbacks finished like 28 to 30s. Mm-hmm. And then Lamar Jackson had a 13.
Frank Gore has the all-time low, a 6.
So, proves that you can still be a good football player.
Yeah. And you're a meathead running back. All I do is find the hole and hit it. That's it.
But
I think that's a little different. QB versus running back.
Yeah, right.
But Lamar Jackson's he passed on signing an agent, has his mom represent him.
Yeah.
Then there's reports coming out that teams are trying to get a hold of him and they can't, and he's missing meetings and shit like that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Kind of sounds like he's saying, guys, I'll see you on draft night.
It's just a tough look.
Yeah.
I know. It is.
That's why you sign an agent, so that you don't miss on things like this.
Maybe he'll fall to 31.
His idea was I understand what he's I don't really need an agent because you don't really negotiate your rookie contract in the NFL anymore. You just get paid what you get paid.
Yeah.
But
yeah, what's the only holdout is how he gets dispersed through the 4 years?
Yeah,
right?
that's what. Remember when Joey Bosa held out almost the entire year because the Chargers tried to screw him over and
right.
No, we want to make it all
backload all of it.
We want to make it all an incentive.
Yeah,
they wanted to make his entire deal
Incentive based.
When it's like, no,
So
that's
that's
not
like a
how it works in the
guaranteed-
NFL,
yeah.
you dumb fucks. You have to pay me this money.
Right, yeah.
Like, yeah, but what if we only paid you if you play in all 16 games? Like,
Right.
no.
No.
You guys wrote this. I'm just...
You did this.
You guys signed on to this. I just think you could get the guy you were really like kind of pumping up, the guy from Oklahoma.
I would hate for the Pats to draft him and him just be a complete like schlub.
I think you
After
could,
I've been pumping. Like,
no, but I just think
love
I
this
think
dude
you
at all.
could grab him at like 31.
I think you can.
And it would be less disappointing than when they went and got freaking no knees that has no ACLs and fucking
I was actually
arms
really
are always.
excited about that.
I was not at all.
I was like, what? If, I was like, he was such a beast before he got hurt. Dominic Easley.
I was not at all.
But the
I like
thing
that
is,
pick at the
Dominic
time.
Easley is the Lamar Jackson pick because Dominic Easley was amazing in college. He came with a risk, and if he lives up past the risk, you have fucking Ndamukong Suh 2.0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, if he's good, if he hits, is literally Mike Vick,
Right.
and you have a franchise quarterback that is like impossible to scheme against for the next 10 years, 15 years. If you miss on him, there's a higher chance that you miss. There's like
A higher chance, but the 31st pick in the draft versus
there's a
the
high,
number 4 pick, much more comfortable with you missing on the 31st pick.
there's a higher chance that you miss and you have to spend more you have to spend a higher capital on him. Like you have to spend like the 23rd or 31st pick on him, or you could get a safer guy like Lauletta or Rudolph and draft him in the second round. Or
No, that's what I'm
Falk-
saying. If you
Falk
get
from Washington State, you could get them in the second round.
Yeah.
And they might not have the Mike Vick upside that Lamar Jackson has, but if you miss on him, I mean, you spent a second round pick, not one of your top ones.
I think
That could have been like Mike McGlinchey. Imagine if Mike McGlinchey, the tackle, is there.
Yeah.
He's pretty much considered like the best tackle in the draft this year.
Yeah.
McGlinchey. He's there at 23. And then the Pats take Lamar Jackson.
Oh, that'd be stupid.
And then they miss on Lamar Jackson. He doesn't amount to anything in the NFL.
Right.
And you passed on Mike McGlinchey to draft
I
him.
forgot who it was. What did they draft in the first? Was it the same year that Clay Matthews came out? The same year they drafted.
They did miss Clay Matthews.
They drafted the pick before him, or I think it was the pick before him, or like 3 picks before him, and they drafted what's his name there, the running back that amount of
Oh,
yeah,
Maroney.
and you're like, you could have had him.
Yeah, but at that time, though.
No, I understand. He was also a special teams player coming out of college. Like it was,
Yeah.
But here's the other
But
thing.
I'm talking about your linebacking core in 2006.
Yeah,
was
but
real good.
Yeah,
It was real good.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if,
Bruschi,
but-
McGinnis still.
no, you didn't. McGinnis was already in.
McGinnis just
He was.
left. He just left.
He
He
was.
just
He
left.
left after.
Isn't it Dallas
04.
Thomas showing up, though?
Dallas
2006?
Thomas signed.
But
Yeah.
this is the draft before they signed him because they got him in 07, the year they went undefeated.
Was he there already?
I thought
for
he
a
said-
year?
I
No,
thought he
I don't
signed
think he
there for a
was.
year.
And you also, like you're saying that, but you also had Teddy Bruschi and Junior Seau. Like, not to say that
Yeah,
Teddy
yeah.
Bruschi was an antique, but fucking Junior Seau was a fossil at
They
that
were the
point.
number 3 defense in the league.
I understand that, but
Was
you
Vrabel there still?
Vrabel was still there.
Vrabel still.
But here's the thing: you could have had the net. Like he
Right,
could have been
yeah,
a
yeah.
much more dynamic pass rusher than our next favorite player that was outside was. What was it? Makovich.
Yeah.
Like he's better than Makovich.
Right. Yeah.
He
yeah.
could have
Oh, he's
been
all
better.
right, absolutely.
He could have been a better
Yeah.
linebacker, pass rusher.
It's
Everything.
easier to say in hindsight.
No, I understand that, but like
You do that with imagine. I mean, there's
all the
the
drafts.
Raiders drafts are like
Every-
heartbreaking.
Remember the year they took Janikowski with the first round?
That was awesome.
Remember the
Who did they pass up on that year?
remember
when
the
they
year,
drafted
remember,
the kicker?
remember the year the Buccaneers traded up in the second round to take that Aguayo kid? It was
Yep.
like 3 years ago. They traded up in the second
Didn't
round.
forgot about
the Jets draft like? Didn't they draft Nugget?
Nugent
out of Notre Dame or whatever.
Yeah.
And they got him like with like the second pick in the second round.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, the Pats like took Cardona or whatever, the long snapper, in like the 5th round,
That's true.
like a couple years ago.
Yeah, but that's the 5th round. A lot of guys.
I
in
know,
the
but he's a
5th to
long
6th
snapper.
round.
A lot of times you get your long snapper like
Yeah, you get him off the
drafted free
bin.
agent.
Yeah, get him off the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, but we also say about Belichick, he drafts a guy that like
He drafts
nobody
somebody.
knows.
Belichick draft like this guy's going to be my L3, punt team,
Right.
blindside blocker for the next 20 years.
Yep. Not
And
gonna
he
worry about
played,
it.
He
Was
seems.
Matt
rugby.
Slater drafted?
He played rugby and lacrosse.
I don't think so.
He played rugby and lacrosse at
Yeah.
the University of Western Rutgers.
Right. Western Rutgers.
Western Rutgers.
My buddy, I think his name's Dorian O'Day.
Yeah.
He played for Clemson.
Yeah.
My buddy Shep was telling me like,
That sounds really familiar. Dorian O'Day.
oh yeah, he was like he's kind of like a tweener between like a linebacker and defensive back. He can play multiple positions and he would cover. I was like, oh, he's like supposed to go in like the 5th, 6th round or whatever. I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, and he was like a special team stud.
He was drafted in the 5th round. Matthew Slater was a 5th round pick.
He's like a complete special team stud. He like led Clemson in like special teams tackles or whatever. I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And he had the fastest 3. I was like, he's a Patriot.
He's a Patriot, yeah.
There's no way that Dorian O'Day doesn't get drafted by the Patriots.
Yeah.
He had like the
I've heard that name.
he had like
I've
the
heard that name.
fastest recorded 3-cone drill like of all time.
Yeah. That might be why. Because after the combine, I always looked at the 3 cones. Like,
Yeah.
okay, who are we taking?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. I was like, did he play for Rutgers at any point in
You know
his
what's
college
crazy? Before Rutgers, it was Florida.
No,
Alabama.
Florida, yeah.
Alabama.
Well, I know, but like more like how many guys from Florida they drafted?
He does it like...
Who is it, Urban Meyer?
Yeah, and then he's at Ohio State. He hasn't really drafted a guy from Ohio State at all.
I don't know why,
But-
because Ohio State has a lot of good
But
players.
here's the thing: this is like the
Especially
first
defensive
draft that Ohio State guys were guys that Myers scouted and brought in.
Right,
These
right.
were his first crop of guys that went through
Right.
all 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Sneaky things. Probably gonna be some
I wish-
Ohio State guys going
I
to.
wish they were in position to get that corner from Ohio State.
Yeah.
He's like the best corner in the draft this year.
Let's do it. Let's trade up.
Yeah.
You don't love
Package
Jason
31-23.
He's in
Jason McCourty?
Oh, I do, but I'm saying, I mean,
I mean,
don't
he'd be
think-
an
I don't
improvement?
think you can never. I don't think you could ever have enough corners.
The same reason why you want to Clay Matthews when you had a stacked defense is the same reason why you
I
should
just
want
think
this corner.
I just think that you
To
had
me,
a very aging defense.
Yeah, it was old. It was old.
That you spent a lot of money for an outside linebacker / middle linebacker that ended up being like at the time it seemed like a great
yeah.
pickup.
If you're trying to tell me I can have, I think his name's Denzel Allen or Denzel
Washington?
Ward? Nope, not Denzel Washington.
Oh, sorry.
The corner from Ohio State. If I can either have him or Cyrus Jones playing the slot next
Yeah,
year,
it's Denzel Ward, I think.
we're gonna take the kid from
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Okay.
But if
I'm not
it's Eric
disagreeing with
Rowe, I'd probably still take the kid from
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say.
But if it's Jonathan, is it Jonathan Jones?
Jonathan Jones.
Yeah. He's good.
I'd probably still take the kid from Ohio State, though. I mean, you're talking about a kid who's supposed to go like top 10 in the draft.
Right. Yeah. No, you can get him. Clean up a couple things there. Willie McGinnis was there after 05 is when he left. And Adelius Thomas signed in 07, so you were correct about that.
Thank you.
So, yeah, McGinnis also wasn't there that draft, the Clay Matthews draft.
Thank you very much.
Yep. So there's that.
Just gonna pat myself on the back for
There you
those.
go. All right. Very nice. Let's get this show wrapped up, huh? How about that?
Lawrence
Yes,
Mooney,
sir.
1,000-yard rusher.
Wasn't. He wasn't. I was wrong about that. I was wrong
God
about that.
damn it, Dave. You're right. I was quoting you, and you were wrong.
I was wrong about that then.
That bums me.
Now I'm bummed, Dave.
I didn't mean to bum ya.
Is there a state of the network at all?
You got anything good?
No, it's not my. It's not my. I'm going to put out a podcast.
It's good.
WrestleMania happened.
WrestleMania happened. Check out the WCP predictions. How did
Yeah,
you
we had a
do?
prediction. I think I did okay. There were a couple. Here's the thing that I was like, I think I did okay in the aspect of when I would say it, I'd be like, listen, this is what I want.
Right.
I really don't think it's like some of them. I was
Yeah,
like
right.
that.
So you,
Well,
hedged,
caveat.
you hedged.
Yes,
Yeah,
I hedged
yeah.
my bets.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we got some like, not I don't want to say closure, but like some like good news.
Yeah.
Old CPAP's getting a CPAP machine.
It's good. Yeah, I was worried.
He's going to
about
line
it.
that.
What?
CPAP's getting a CPAP machine. He came in.
CPAP Joe.
CPAP Joe.
So you finally got the joke.
He's well.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
no,
even just the joke.
That's the joke. He literally has to go get one.
He has a
now.
medical condition where he needs a CPAP machine, and he's getting the CPAP machine.
Yeah. Jerry
So
told
he finally got the joke.
Yeah. he finally figured it out and went and talked to his doctor.
Right.
Because we called him CPAP Joe,
Yeah.
he looked into the
He's starting.
CPAP
He's starting
and
to
then
own
realized, oh, I need one of these, and now
Once
he's getting
he,
one.
he's starting to. He's starting to own
He's
it.
starting to own it.
Once he owns a CPAP machine,
Yeah.
he's definitely CPAP
He's
Joe. Like that
CPAP
is
Joe.
1000%.
But
You can't even be mad at it. Like, you own a CPAP
You own a
machine.
CPAP. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like you could call me Kia Dave if you wanted, but like
I still
have a Kia.
I own the Kia.
I not only will I'm going to call you Kia Dave from now on.
That's fair. Kia Power.
I'm still going to stick with my nickname for you. I'm just
Deep D.
Hashtag Deep D.
The Kia Boys.
The Kia Boys.
Kia
Oh
Boys.
man, when we pull up to the golf tournament this year,
Yeah, Kia.
just cranking tunes,
Hashtag Team Kia.
have the doors open,
I'm gonna
hanging
need
out
you
the
to make us
doors.
an instrumental with us
Boys.
saying Kia Power on loop.
It's going to sound really bad.
I'm gonna make it sound
muffled
like-
out of
like-
our
I'm
speakers.
I'm gonna make it sound like K-pop.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, it's
weird
just like-
Korean pop music.
Kia Power.
Yes.
You guys need to be like those people who have their Instagram name on their cars,
Yeah.
but just like for
Just
your
like
random
at
Kia.
Kia Power.
Yeah, just for your random Kia.
Follow me at Kia Power.
I have like a dinged up Hyundai Sonata, and I really want to put my like Instagram name on it. Like,
Not a bad idea
check
at
out
all.
my all those weird like tuner stickers on
Yeah,
there.
yep.
Just like my
Follow
fucked up
me.
Hyundai Sonata.
Follow me on at Set the Record B.S.N.
Yeah, record straight,
Record Straight
BSN.
Yeah, I didn't mean to screw up that plug for you.
Yeah,
Record-
way to
yeah,
go.
Record- yeah, Record
The
Straight
Instagram is record straight
BSN. Record
BSN.
Straight B.S.N. He's got a podcast coming out next week. What record are you doing? Do you know?
I have no idea yet.
Cool. All right. So
Sounds awesome.
A great one. How
So,
about that?
just
Maybe
some-
actually, it's probably about time I do another one that I don't like because I did.
Don't stage it.
I did more that I like a lot. Yeah,
Don't plan. You can't plan
I
it.
can't just pre-plan it. I
can't
gotta
pre-plan
just go pick a random one.
If you like it, you like it. If you don't, hate it, and then, or if you don't like it, hate it. Hate the shit out of it.
That's usually
That's
if you don't
normally what
like
happens.
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
you hate it. You hate the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
WrestleMania was awful. NXT Takeover was great.
Mhm.
Really good wrestling weekend.
I have since changed my opinion on Velveteen Dream. I give
over.
him all the credit in the world for his wrestling ability. And Ricochet
Really
had an
showed out.
awesome match. He showed out. Him in Velveteen Dream took the most.
Oh, I forgot Ricochet's on NXT now.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
it's
actually
legit.
part of the 6-man ladder man match for the new North American Championship,
Yep.
which is pretty cool.
And next week
gonna have to
is
start
the
watching.
shakeup.
I have to start watching
Shake up
NXT.
next
Roster shakeup next week.
I'll shake up next week.
So
Aaron is gyrating.
is
a
that
lot.
like
There's a
Finding
lot of-
Nemo? The Finding Nemo fins?
What is happening?
Not at all.
I always said if I only had one arm,
Yeah.
like if I had like a messed up arm.
All right, now you're bumming me.
If I had, imagine if like my arm only went to like here.
Yeah, you
I
look
would
like a chicken
totally
wing,
get
yeah.
a Nemo tattoo. Right there.
That's cool.
Would you hate on a guy who had a Nemo tattoo?
I'm
on
not
like
a Nemo fan, so I'm not sure I get the reference.
You don't know Finding Nemo?
And I know of it.
So in Finding Nemo, Nemo
Yeah.
has a messed up fin.
right,
He has
right,
a
right,
regular
right.
size fin and then like a.
Oh, okay.
so
yeah,
if
yeah.
I had a messed up arm,
Yeah, you would get.
I would have a Nemo tattoo,
Right.
and then I would be the coolest guy ever.
You should get a tattoo that says "You found Nemo."
I'm gonna get a tattoo of a
I am
Nemo.
Nemo.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of a Nemo thing anyway,
Yeah.
but just give him two huge fins.
Well, he's not Nemo, right?
The main
Isn't he
char-
trying to find his? Isn't he trying to find
No,
his parents?
No, Nemo's trying to find Nemo's
Nemo.
father and Dory
Nemo-
are trying to find.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
trying to find
Nemo.
out. Oh, I had it
Nemo
over.
gets split from his
Yeah,
dad.
yeah. See, I thought he was trying to find
So
them.
it like
No.
the film,
Gotcha.
the
cinema-
second movie,
the
Finding
cinematic-
Dory.
the cinematic film goes back and forth in perspective from Nemo and his father.
So you know what it is like.
Sorry.
You say that. I'm sure if your nephew, when he was younger, wanted to watch these movies, you would have been right there, so pumped with them, and you know exactly what we're talking
Finding
about.
Nemo is a great movie.
So
Yeah.
pumped.
Yes.
I've
You
seen
would
it.
be.
I just didn't love it.
Do you just not like
Who'd you-
animated films?
I'm not a big animated film guy.
Yeah, have you ever seen Inside Out?
Nope.
Inside Out, great movie.
I'm a big Up guy.
Wreck-It Ralph.
all right.
Wreck-It Ralph's
is
the
not a
best.
good movie.
What?
Not a good movie. Not a good movie.
How?
Up is a good
Listen,
movie.
How?
Nope.
Lion King.
Nope. All right,
This is the same guy that doesn't
I'm
like
in on-
Space Jam.
I'm in on Lion
True.
King. There's a common theme between the first two. Aladdin is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Right. Okay. Aladdin, Lion King, and Up are my
But there's
two
a
favorite.
common theme between Up and Lion King. Wildly depressing movies. Dave has something going on. Up is
That's
one of
just in general.
Up
Oh, that's
is
a
one
wildly
of-
sad movie.
Up is one of the most depressing movies of all time, and for that, it's horrible.
I do like dark movies.
That is incredibly dark. The
By the
first,
way, fucking State of the Network.
Yeah, he went and saw Quiet Place. Yeah, I'm going on Saturday.
Child.
is it wildly depressing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Did you know the original?
So
Did you
good.
know the original screenplay for that movie had 2 lines of dialogue, spoken dialogue?
There's maybe 7.
Yeah, I think that's the
like,
second. The second
there's
edit.
not much.
They didn't add much more, but
Not
yeah,
much at all. Yeah.
The first original had like 2 lines of spoken dialogue.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's a really, really good movie. It's so fucking good.
is it scary?
It's like pop-up scary, but it's really intense. Like, it's so suspenseful.
Well, yeah, they can't talk.
Yeah. And there's just a scene. I mean,
That's not even a spoiler. That's like how the movie is.
She's
sold.
pregnant, and her water breaks, and she starts giving birth
but
in
she
complete
can't.
silence. Like, it's crazy. It's
Hey.
it's a wild movie. There's a monster in the house, and it's like she's got to be silent. It's like right by her, and it's just like, oh my god, it's crazy. It's a wild movie.
Why are they fucking when that kind of shit's going on?
You know, she was like months pregnant when the movie started. Like, she's like 8-9 months pregnant. So may have been pregnant before this thing started,
All right,
possibly.
I'm gonna go with they were fucking the whole time.
Not much timeline, not much timeline wise, but I kind of like it because they didn't do the hokey like, oh no, in a lab somewhere, scientists screwed up and all these monsters are all over the world. You know what I mean? Like, it just was no explanation. Hey, this is where we are. These things are around. Fucking, we got to stay quiet. And that's it.
But
You
we've
pick up
been fucking the whole time.
fucking like psychos.
We don't
right?
even care.
Yeah.
Just
That's it.
silent fucking.
Silent fucking. Run the music back on.
We should have kept it quiet.
Should have kept
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place. Steve from the new and improved.
Super Retro.
Throwbacks of item 4.5 Hyper Dash executable.
The new and improved Super Retro Throwback Reviews. The audio files 2.0. Right.
Yes.
He did a movie review, his mobile movie review of Quiet Place,
Yeah.
and it took me a minute because I'm like, damn, he's got no sound. Like, I thought something was wrong with his video, so they did subtitles for the whole thing, and he's like, this movie's so good, it'll make you stand on the edge of your seat, and something like, and you'll have to watch what you say or whatever. But just as he says "say," he's like, you gotta, it's like this. The captions going across, like, watch what you say. Oh, son of a bitch, and then it cuts off. And I was like, his message was like, well played.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, he got me. I just thought something was wrong with his video, and I'm like, oh, yeah, Quiet Place. I get it. Cool idea.
He should have done one of those like YouTube videos where they just hold up the written things.
Yeah, that'd have been good.
Thanks. I'm going Saturday.
Go Saturday, dude.
You just ruined the whole movie for
No,
him.
not at all. There's no spoilers there. The cover of the movie is she's giving birth in the bathtub
That
with
just
the
shows
monster in the
that-
background.
I wouldn't know that she's giving birth. I thought she was just bathing.
You've seen the trailer.
Uh,
You would know that she was pregnant and
I
giving
like
birth
to
in that
keep
scene.
my brain a quiet place
If you've seen
when
the
it
trailer,
comes to that movie.
you
So
would know.
I have not seen the trailer.
what? No spoilers. All I told you was that they don't explain anything.
All the monsters are actually Dwight Schrute.
which is not, you're
I'm-
not gonna learn.
You're bumming me, Dave.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm
Did
sure.
you know that?
Aaron is pretty bummed.
All the monsters are actually just Dwight Schrute.
That would be amazing.
That would bum me. That would bum Aaron. Up, out, in, over there, whatever.
Nope, just bum me.